Welcome to a whole new show for the Racer X Podcast Network. It's Daniel Blair's Main Event Moto podcast. I'm Jason Wygant, welcoming Daniel to the Racer X Podcast Network family. We also want to thank our sponsors who are helping make this happen, including Maxxis Tires. Now, look, you already know that Maxxis delivers the best tires for your bike, including that Maxxis MX ST tire developed by Jeremy McGrath. But did you know Maxxis also offers high-quality tires for your car, your light truck, your trailer, your ATV, your mountain bike, and much, much more? Pretty much everything. So Maxxis Tires, they'll help you hook up, pull the whole shot, and beat your competition in any terrain or conditions. Just ask the king, Jeremy McGrath. To learn more, go to Maxxis, MAXXIS.com. And this podcast is also sponsored by ETS Racing Fuels. With unmatched consistency and performance, ETS powers some of the most winning teams in motocross and supercross. Now, you probably know the names of the riders, but why don't you know the name of the fuel? Why? Because champions don't give away their secrets. But now, with ETS's new online ordering system, you can have ETS Racing Fuel delivered right to your door, your shop, or racetrack. So it's easier than ever to get ETS's championship-winning performance in your tank. So whether you're racing a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke, 2 wheels or 4 wheels, visit ETSRacingFuels.com and you'll have your own winning secret to keep. ETS Racing Fuels, the most winning fuel you've never heard of. So now it's time to hand over the keys to Daniel Blair, his producer Joe, and whatever other wackos they can bring into the studio for the Main Event Moto podcast. But first, our theme song. No, just kidding. The good music is on the Exhaust podcast that I run. Daniel was in a rock band, but his music's probably terrible. At least he's good at talking moto. At least I hope. We're going to find out right now.
Thanks for listening to Main Event Moto.
Skivvy Underwear, skvi.com. Team Skivvy, baby.
Ah, yeah, this is nice. Snuck out here to the public pool at night with the wood grain.
Team Skivvy, baby.
What was that?
Team Skivvy, baby.
What's up, Scummy? Founder of Skivvy Underwear, right?
Team Skivvy, baby.
Yeah, Team Skivvy.
Team Skivvy, baby.
Team Skivvy. Skivvy Underwear, I get it.
Team
you don't
Skivvy,
have to
baby.
keep saying
Team Skivvy,
it.
baby.
Dude, you're so... Man, just get off me. Let me go.
Team Skivvy, baby.
Team Skivvy, baby.
Yeah, Scummy, you don't have to try to drown
Team
me.
Skivvy, baby.
Yeah, I get it. Team Skivvy.
Team Skivvy, baby.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna get some Skivvy Underwear.
You're listening to the Main Show, a Main Event Moto podcast, powered by Nature's Bakery.
Cause there's thunder in your heart. Every move is like a lightning. Those of you who have seen the movie Rad, you are cooler in my book. You know the song. Thunder and lightning, Joe. Let's just call this sucker.
Yeah.
Justin Cooper,
Yeah.
so pumped. AC was on his way, charging back.
Yep.
And the lightning and the thunder
Ride the lightning.
caused the red flag. I'm watching on my live wire. I wasn't able to watch it live. I was at the Loretta Lynn's Regional at Hangtown or Prairie City. And I'm watching the live wire. Why'd they stop? Looking at my phone, going online, trying to find something, nothing. So you know what I had to do? I had to go to Twitter, which I haven't been on in,
Ooh.
like, I don't even know when.
Yeah.
I mean, forever. I went to Twitter. I searched Google, Twitter, Racer X. Found Racer X's Twitter just so I could find out what the heck happened. And there it was, thunder and lightning. Called it.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I think my left fist is thunder, right fist is lightning, thunder and lightning. I don't know. I thought it was, I didn't see how bad the weather was. For some reason, Moto 1's all messed up and all that crap on my
Right.
thing. And then we got Moto 2's, but I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
I mean, it would suck if somebody got zapped.
I'm not a weatherologist, so
would
I
suck.
don't know. Is that a word?
Adam Cincerella's out there all of a sudden.
Just get
Like,
shocked
yeah.
because of us. We're like, dude, bunch of sissies, run through it.
Yeah.
And then someone gets zapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know. I know the place is called Thunder Valley, so I'm assuming that they know that stuff comes through, but yeah, it's kind of weird. It's all good, though.
Lived up to its name.
Whatever. I mean, imagine if they did single file, like Supercross, you know, when things happen, red flag, they'll put them in single file. Just put them all back together with 10 minutes to go up that hill.
Yeah.
That'd have been cool, but either way, Cooper gets the win Moto 1, Cincerello gets the win Moto 2, and we're going to get into that. Andy Gregg is on his way, but before he gets here, we'll cover some things. First off, I want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, though, who make this show happen. That's Nature's Bakery, Fly Racing, Skivvy Underwears. Mika Metal, Scott USA, No Toil, Honda Cowie, KTM of Modesto, Guts Racing, EMT Racing, Keybar, and Rep Racing. And Joe, guess what? We have a new old sponsor.
Oh, right.
Or maybe an old new sponsor.
Yeah.
Which one's better? New, old new?
Yeah, we got an old friend back.
An old friend is back. Motorsport.com
Called
is
us
back
out of the blue.
with Main Event Moto, and they decided they wanted to come back in style. Check this out. They're doing a $250 free, well, let's see how they worded it exactly in the email. It's a shopping spree, a $250 Motosport.com shopping spree every week.
Ooh,
I did the math. That's a lot of money, and they left it up to us, Joe.
$250 a week.
Yeah, they left it up to us on how to do the giveaway. Unfortunately for you, I have an idea, and first off, do you have an idea?
I mean...
No,
I don't.
All right, I have an idea, and this is what I want to do. So here's what we're going to do. You want this giveaway, you want this card, you're going to do it like this. You're going to tag us, Main Event Moto, on social media, on Instagram. You're going to tag motosport.com. In fact, I need to look it up to make sure I give you the exact right...
address?
Yeah, you know how it goes. I mean, sometimes you got to underscore, stuff like that.
Yeah.
No. So they are Motosport Inc., INC, and tag us. And I want you to go to Steph Curry's most recent post and just write, Go Raptors, and tag both of us. The top 20, or the first 20 who do it will be, their name will be in a hat, and we'll pull it. We'll do a giveaway. And that's what we'll do, Joe. Every single week, we'll just start trolling people. We'll start with Curry. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
How are you doing, by the way? 0-1, bro. You all right?
No, I'm fine. It ain't nothing. That's why they make it a series. I don't know why you're like drilling me in the face with your eyes right now.
I feel like there's more to it.
Nah, there really isn't, man. Raptors came out with a great game one.
Internally, I think you're struggling. I think on the surface you're being cool. You're just being whatever.
Nobody's gonna freak out over one game.
It's the way it looked.
That's expected.
How'd it look?
It looked
bad.
It looked like the Warriors were a little tired, and a couple of dudes who don't normally get shots were getting some good shots. That's what it looked like.
That sounds great, but no, I think you're in big trouble. And I can't wait over the next couple weeks to follow this series through the show. So for all you basketball lovers out there, we will be periodically talking trash to Joe when things go bad. When things go good, I'll probably leave it alone. And for those of you who hate basketball, don't worry, we're not going to really hammer basketball. I'm just going to poke fun at Joe. All right? Oh, also, motorsport.com is doing another thing. We'll start this next week. They are giving away, check this out, dude. They came back so hard. 2 first-class VIP tickets, courtesy of motorsport.com, each round, which gets you access to the Pro Pits and entry to the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Suite. Can you believe that?
Dude.
Every round. So we'll do that next week. We'll do a $250 giveaway next week, plus the VIP tickets. But for this week, it's just the $250. Go to Steph Curry's most recent Instagram post. Go Raptors. Tag us, tag them, and maybe you get some. So what'd you think, Joe? Thunder Valley? You know what I liked about it? Everything. Honestly, both series are cool, man. There's guys that are fast here and there, showing promise, but 2 guys in each class I think have kind of broken free, maybe.
Really? In both classes?
Well, in the 450 for sure. Kenny, first motos have been psychotic. Eli's second motos have been psychotic. And then it's funny, in the 250 class, it's the same thing. Cooper is your Moto 1 guy. AC is your Moto 2 guy. So they're the 4 best guys right now in their 2 classes. But just seeing other guys get up there. Webb, I know the second moto was really bad, but the first moto, him being up there for a while. And in the 250 class, one of the most unnoticed things of the whole weekend, I went back and actually looked at the lap times and kind of did a little bit of, I guess you would say, post-race research. Dylan Ferrandis is getting ready to pop one. I'm telling you right now, he's riding a lot better than the results are showing. I'm sure he's frustrated.
It's about time.
Dylon he's going to have one here. It might be the next one.
Yeah.
Seriously, he's going to enter this party real quick. And then it's going to get pretty juicy because obviously Dylan, not happy with Adam. Justin Cooper, not happy with Adam. I don't think Adam's done anything wrong with either one of them, but hey, I mean, I guess when you're battling at the top, it's how it is. I mean, I remember at times when I was giving a damn and was competitive, I would be a little bit more sensitive over things that didn't go my way, just because you're putting a lot in and there's a lot on the line. And I think for Ferrandis and Cooper, both of their responses to, I guess, Adam last week bumping into Dylan, and then this week the track cutting thing, which we're gonna break it down when Andy gets here. I could see them being frustrated and annoyed, but maybe before you say things, maybe make sure you do all your research and know exactly what happened, because I don't think it was a good look for Justin Cooper to come out and say that stuff. It seemed, you know what it seemed like? It seemed like someone who will have a different tone once he watches the race back. Because what Adam did, I mean, again, we'll get into it with Andy. I don't want to waste all my good stuff. I got to say it. I want to talk to Andy about it. But yeah, I didn't think Cooper handled it right on the podium. I don't think it was smart. Even if he felt it and believed it, you got to know that the things that you say are going to get out there and people are going to read it different ways. And if you really don't have all the facts, it might not be a good look for you, which I don't think this one was for him. I think he was...
Well, he's just going off of what his team is telling him.
And they're and they're at fault too for that. I mean, they apparently put in a... I mean, they're trying to... man, my brain's...
they're appealing the appeal.
They tried to make a stink about it. AMA said no. Now they're appealing it, and it's like, come on, guys, for real. Maybe I'm wrong, but I believe that they're in the wrong on this 100%. But it's okay. I mean, you got a lot in. They're trying to win championships, and every point matters, and that's a big 6 points right there. So I don't know. We'll get into it. But the 450 class is cool too. I was scared that Eli was going to be just thrashing these guys all the way out, and then Moto 1, bad start, goggle mess up. I mean, just a load of problems. And again, that's why with Eli, if you're an Eli fan, you can never feel too comfortable, because anything can happen. And if you're not an Eli fan, well, don't worry. Something or anything can happen at any time, which can derail a freight train, pretty much, which is what he can be. And that first moto was... I mean, I get it. You have little problems here and there, but at the same time, if you're going to get starts like that and you're going to be back in the mess like that, things are going to happen. He is so fast and dominant. He can come through the pack and do these crazy performances, but if you want to win a championship, you can't count on that every time. Lucky for him, it was just a goggle issue, and not a downed rider that caused him to go. I mean, the first laps of these nationals is psychotically crazy. Go back and watch one of the GoPro foot. You know how every week a rider will... Cole Seeley's GoPro footage or Shane McElrath. Go watch those things. It's psychotic on the first lap. And when you are starting outside of the top 10, that's where things happen. And if you want your third championship in a row, you got to have to be better than that off the starts. And Kenny gets himself out front, takes care of business early. Obviously, Sakamoto wasn't able to close it down, but didn't need to. And if he keeps getting starts like that and Eli keeps putting himself in bad spots, it's going to even itself out, is what I'm saying. And I'm at the point right now where I look at both guys. They both have strengths and weaknesses, and I can't tilt the nod. You know what I mean? They're both great. Cooper Webb is not obviously performing at the level I expected. I didn't think he was going to be too crazy strong early, but he's a little off. The first moto was definitely good. The second moto was pretty bad. And I think he needs that off weekend. You know what I mean? To get things back on track, get his outdoor testing. He was behind. I mean, he said it in some interviews. He has not put in the same amount of outdoor time as everybody else, and that's fine. But
yeah, well, he's suffering from a little bit of a championship hangover.
I think so too. And you got to remember, it's his first 450 championship. I think once you're like a Villapoto or a Dungey and you get a few of them in a row, the hangovers aren't as long, because you learn that, hey, winning a title doesn't mean... It means you get right back to work because your next one's coming in a week. So same thing with Anderson and him. These new 450 champs, they need to learn a little bit. But I think for Cooper Webb, he needs this off week to really go and like reset and go, okay, let's get everything 100% right. And now the series starts at Mount Morris. And obviously he's a bit behind, but at the same time, this is outdoor. This is a 24-round championship. It's not 17 like Supercross. They have more time to catch up. And if you're Cooper Webb, you just like Supercross, get hot. Get on a run, knock off 3 or 4 rounds in a row, and all of a sudden you're in it again. So he needs to do that, because right now he's looking, it's one of those things where instead of saying, oh, there's little problems here and there, it actually doesn't look the best. It looks like he's off the pace, which he is. Go look at the lap times. He's not with that lead pack right now, and he needs to get it right. But that's why you have an off week. So, how's your weekend, Joe? Everything good?
So good.
Chilling?
Yeah.
I went to the Lakewood Regional, which is out here at Prairie City. Rep Racing's running it. Pretty good. Obviously had to watch my son Evan's little friend Talon. He's a 65 rider. Had to watch his qualifier. And while I was there, I had a chance to watch, I think, the future of the sport, Jet Reynolds and Max Volan on Super Minis. I honestly think right now on their Super Minis, they could qualify in the top 36.
Wow.
Not kidding. I mean, it's unreal.
Are you sure, bro?
I'm being me, which is stupid sometimes. But no, really psychotically good, and not one of those things too where you watch them ride and you're like, these are just crazy kids.
Yeah.
They really know what they're doing. They're really smart. They're talented. And there's some other kids in that super mini class that are good too. But getting a chance to watch them two battle it out on Saturday was like, man, wow! Like the sport's healthy coming up, and it's gonna be exciting because they're pretty mature for their age. And I think, if you look back in time, every once in a while you'll have like a Stewart, a Cincerello, a Faulkner, these young ones that can get in there and be immediately like players, right? You know how some of these guys, it takes a while. Mosman's a prime example of a guy who it's finally clicking a couple years in. But then there's the guys that come right out and are immediate. Eli Tomac won his first national in Hangtown. Jet Reynolds or Max Volan I think they'll win their first national, straight up. I don't know who the 250 guys will be in 2 to 3 years. You can't really see that far ahead yet. But I could see both of them coming out and winning their first national. They're that good.
And how old are they again?
15, 16, I think. I mean, they're end of their super minis.
Right.
Getting onto big bikes.
Right.
And then probably have a year or two, maybe 1, 2, or 3 years, depending on their route. I don't, each manufacturer and team are different.
Yeah.
But we're talking 2 to 3 years from now at Hangtown Round 1, probably seeing these guys. And it's going to be like that. They're that good.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, I was blown away because you see the Instagram videos, and of course I see Max Volan all the time. He rides at local tracks around here, and you see him riding out at Riverfront, whatever. But seeing him on Hangtown's track, pretty gnarly, rough. I mean, the track was pretty ruddy and pretty rough, more national looking, and seeing him actually have competition, because usually he's cruising around here by himself, right? But to see him paired up with Jet Reynolds, which is like his rival since they were on 50s, and watching them go at it on a national caliber track, it's just unreal. They're good. I mean,
is Jet Reynolds not the most perfect name?
Oh, it's
for like a motorsport or like any type of sport where you're doing something fast.
I thought about this many times.
Or even a football player, Jet Reynolds.
I think for whatever reason we've lucked out in the sport. Guys have the coolest names. Even Max Volan.
That is a really cool name.
Ken Roczen.
Yeah.
Eli Tomac. They have the most aggressive sounding names ever. Yeah. Ryan Dungey.
Alex Martin.
That one might be just your plainest, average white guy name of all time.
Know what you're talking about.
Alexander Martin.
That one's the best.
You should have named him something different, Joe. Why didn't you go something hard?
Alexander Martin.
Fire Martin. Just name him Fire.
Fireball Martin.
Yeah, Fireball. That would have been awesome. Is that how he was made?
Well, there's
a night full.
Our first choice was Jamal, but
it was taken.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Anyways, yeah, no, it's going to be good watching these kids come up. There's a lot of talent. I watched the A classes too. Got a chance to see Hunter Lawrence's little brother, Jet Lawrence. It's pretty good. Joe Shimoda, he's another amateur coming up. Pretty good.
Look who it is.
And is he here? He is here. All right, should we take a break and just come back?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Main event Moto.
Let's be real. Kids and adults like things that taste good. What if you had a food that tasted unreal and was healthy?
Dad, get me some Nature's Bakery.
What flavor, Evan?
Any, duh.
Seriously, my kid is a pain when it comes to track snacks, but since we started eating Nature's Bakery, it's gotten a lot easier.
But Dad, don't you always call Mom a track snack?
That's not what I mean, Evan. Make sure you eat Nature's Bakery when you're at the track.
Main Event Moto Podcast. Ooh-wee.
Instead of having you just walk in the studio all awkward like, decided to take a commercial break, reintroduce so we can do it the formal way. Andy Gregg of Guts Racing, what's up?
What's happening?
Humble pie, bro.
Oh, it's tasting good today.
How's it taste?
It's good.
What did he say, Chappelle? Oh no, it's not Sam Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson. I'll have a Sam Adams. I'll have a Samuel L. Jackson.
I'll have a Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
Me too.
How's it taste?
It's my beer.
That's right.
Get a little closer to that mic, Andy.
Come on in there. Hey, so before Hangtown, you bet me $20 that Thomas Covington would get top 5 at Hangtown.
Yeah. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know what's going on there. Wheels are falling off the bus, I guess.
you need answers. You need to get us answers.
At least the seat's not falling off the bus.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, I don't know what's up with him, the bike, whatever. The seats are perfect. Am I right?
Yo, spot on.
So
Bullshit. I blame the seat on this one.
Well, look at the guy in the podium right here.
Sitting on a guts foam right
Yeah,
there.
he is. So Adam Cincerello. So what do you think about the track cutter at AC 92?
You know,
We're gonna get right in. I mean, let's just
yeah.
go right into it because there's no point in waiting around. Everybody wants to know the opinion. I already made my opinion. You weren't here yet, so it's not fair for you. But I'm not going to say what it is. So everyone else knows what I already think. But go ahead.
you know what? I honestly think that in all reality, I think he let up enough to give the same gap that he already had. I mean, I don't think he gained anything really, but it was the mental game. I saw Justin Cooper kind of glance over as he went off the jump. And as soon as he's seen AC coming across like that, he has no idea AC let up behind him. So instantly he starts riding, not clear-headed. And I think that's why he made his mistake. I don't think he realized that AC chopped the throttle, kind of, probably mentally counted to 5 or whatever, and then got back on the gas. So, gosh, man, I mean, if the shoe was on the other foot, I'm sure Justin would be... hey man, I won the race. Yada yada yada.
Well, he said that AC jumping the banners. Flustered him. Is that the word he used?
Flustered is the word he used.
Yeah,
and I'm with you on that. Let's start from the beginning. First off, AC Cooper riding phenomenal race, battling it out with it. Which have you noticed these two have become sort of the two? I think there's a 0.5 in there. I think Ferrandis' day's coming. He's been riding great. It just hasn't been. He hasn't been able to put it together yet. But those two have been pretty awesome this year. And they're going at it. They're the title guys right now, and you're in the moment. Whatever. AC makes a mistake, and I'm with you. I don't think Cooper knew what happened. I don't think he knew anything. He just goes up the hill. He's pinned. He rails down. All of a sudden, Adam pops up over the banner, and without question, it flustered him. In his own words, like you saw him look over.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "Whoa, what happened?" And then, of course, how much later he goes down. So. I'm with him on that. It probably broke his concentration. It probably confused him. It probably for a half a lap, he's probably going, why was he there? He's probably already doing his own math, right, in his head. Like, that's not going to,
Well, I think he said he just assumed that they were going to disqualify it or whatever.
Now,
he said
yes,
that in
but
the
do you think he assumed after he fell as like oh crap, hopefully this doesn't screw me kind of thing? Or like right then and there he went, oh, this is going to cost him. Do you think he thought of it right then? Because I'm trying to get in the mind of the rider right now. I don't know if my brain would go there that quick. I would, maybe after I'm on the ground, I'm probably going, damn it, this happened because this happened, and there's no way they're going to let that slide. But right then, when he saw him pop up, goes over the jump, do you think he was immediately already thinking, we're good?
No, I don't think he thought that. I think at that point he just thought kind of like a cheap shot. You know what I mean? Almost kind of, you know what I mean? Like, not like he did it on purpose, but at the same time kind of looked over and was like, are you serious? Like, I thought I had a gap on him. Now I have nothing.
Right. Or again, just a break in concentration. These guys are riding at such a crazy pace and they're so focused. And again, just a crack in concentration. Even him for half a lap questioning what the hell just happened. Like, why was he there?
Yeah,
why did he pop up? Where is he now? Like, you know what I mean? Just a lot of thoughts, I think, are going on in his head. And then, of course, he goes down. Simple mistake. And even on Instagram, he owned up to it. He knows he made his own mistake. But my question for you, Andy, is what about the look? Obviously, this is a sport where when people say anything, when Cooper said he cracked, I didn't, or, even last week when Dylan said that maybe AC maybe hit him because he was mad about Vegas. I don't know if you heard about that, but they say something, right, in emotion, and that's good. I mean, that's what TV wants. You want to catch these guys when they're emotion. You don't want them to calm down for a day and then think it over. You want to know what they're thinking and what they're feeling. I thought the podium interview was a bad look. Yeah,
a little bit. I mean, I didn't really like AC's podium, how he just started apologizing. It's like, dude, you won the race. Like, I don't know.
Almost for him playing the too much of a good guy role.
Yeah, exactly. And kind of just like, upplaying it really to sell his side of the story that, I let off, I got, I came on where it was safe, I don't know, just maybe overselling it a little bit for me when he was, I was expecting more of like, I had a good race, and
had that issue, but
had a little scary moment on the track back there, man. That was crazy, but
just happy there was no banners in my front wheel, but it was a great race, and I was happy to be able to rebound.
I just thought it was kind of odd, like he was trying to sell it.
Mm-hmm. So he's selling it. Cooper's selling it. They're both like salesmen on the podium trying to sell their side. But again, the side for me is, I mean, Adam made a mistake. He went off the track, and the rule is so goofy about not gaining a position or gaining up time and whatever. At the end of the day, he gets off the track, cuts over, pops over, and you could tell as he gets on, he's closer to him than he was. But I think Adam knew, like, there was nowhere else for me to go. He literally had to wheelie over a banner just to find a way back on the track. And what sells it for me, this is why he's a better salesman, he let up. He let him go. You could tell he, like, knew, hey, guys, I know what just happened. I don't want this to dock me. I did the right thing. I'm going to let him go. You know, and he even said, I saw it online, he went from 0.7 to 1 point, whatever. He let him go over a second. And then you could see him go, okay, now we're back on, head down and go. And for me, that was like, you know what? You gotta take the rider's intent into everything, right? If he just straight swaps off and then pins it, wheelies over, gains time, then it's like, all right, bro, like, come on. Like, you know, your intent wasn't there. But I think he made the intent to make it fair.
Yeah.
In fact, less than fair for him. He let him go. So I don't know if you're happy with the rule, if you're not happy with the rule. It is what it is, and I feel like it was fine. 100%. I have no problem with what happened at all.
Yeah,
just the podium interviews, that's it.
I mean, it's hard because it's like, I mean, he easily could have just weeded right there. You know what I mean? Like, so, I don't know. Like, it's racing. Things happen. You get squirrely. You go off the track. And so I don't think you could write the rule any better. I mean, I think it's written pretty good.
You know what? It's written in a way that emotion is taken out of it, and it's just what it is. You can't... The hard one is like the Jorgensen kid. Remember in Supercross when he got hit, knocked off the track, pinned it by, and Gallagher DQ'd him, and it was all crazy, whatever?
Yeah.
That one, I can understand the debate. Like, I can see the other side where it's like, he should have been DQ'd. No, he shouldn't have. I almost feel like I could agree both ways. This one, I really can't. Unless you're just a Justin Cooper fan only, or you don't like AC, what else was he supposed to do?
Exactly.
What else was he supposed to do? Tell me what else he could have done, and then I'll listen to the debate.
Yeah, the only thing they could do is, like, every 10th banner, there's a hole.
Well, yes.
You know what I mean?
And
that's where it's like, you have within 2 holes to enter back on the track, or like something like that. But then it's still the heat of the moment, like, that happens, and you're like, oh, wait, what am I supposed to do? Second hole, third hole? What?
Yeah, what do I do? What do I do?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, that's... Because the banners, if you go back and stop that frame, right when he lands and he's going where his back is to the camera, the entire corner, even where he wheelies across the banner, is 100% banners.
All the way up, all the way around, all the way down. In fact, I mean, he eventually had to wheelie over it. And if you look in the corner, which is where the best case scenario was you go up the track, you gas it up, you get back right up there in the corner. They got trees and stuff. I mean, it's decorated pretty nice. He had no option, really.
Yeah, Supercross, you have an option because it's just a tough block. Like every 10 feet, there's a tough block.
There's little gaps. There's little gaps in the berms,
so
whatever.
It's a little easier to be able to say, okay, no, you impeded or you gained or you know, because it's like, well, you went past 7 different holes and missed a whoop section before you came back in.
That's a little easier to understand. This one, I literally watched it back and I said to myself, if I'm the referee and I'm watching that, I'm going, well, he didn't have anywhere to go. And he popped on at the best place that he could. That was the safest for him and everyone else. And then just to double down, he let the dude go a little bit too, as in almost like hey guys, I'm sorry. Like I apologize for popping in right here, but I legitimately had nowhere else to go. I'll let him go. We'll get back to the battle. Like, I feel like Adam did everything right. Now, does that mean maybe some changes need to be happening with the banners? I'd say maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But that's hard too, because I mean, you don't build the track and build the banners and build the landscape all around thinking of when a guy's going to go. It doesn't happen enough. Guys go off the track. It does happen, but is this like a thing, Andy, where like every week 5 dudes are flying off the track and now we have this epidemic problem?
Nah,
it's random. It's so random.
And it's so early in the season where the points are still tight.
And it happened to be them two who are on screen. In fact, when this does happen, more likely, it's usually not on camera and it's for 15th.
Yeah.
That's when it normally happens. You're talking about the 2 title contenders going at it and it happens right on the screen. Like it doesn't happen like that. So I'm not going to sit here and say they need to change everything and get the banners. It doesn't happen enough to be a problem. It sucks, and I thought it was handled perfectly, and I just, again, with Justin Cooper, I think that emotionally he's freaking pissed. He hasn't won an overall yet. He wants one bad. He's obviously earning them, dude. He's riding incredible, and he was emotional after the race. I'm sure the team was pissed. Obviously, they're the ones that put in the official protest. They're pissed emotionally. I get it. But these guys, again, this goes back to like Chase Sexton. Remember when he was kind of whining about, Austin coming in and stuffing him and stuff? These guys, the young ones, they got to be a little bit more political about the way they say things on the podium or in press conferences. You got to be a little smarter.
Yeah, because you got to race with these guys every week.
And you have a fan base. I'm sorry, but in this sport, the fans are looking to turn on anyone at any time. Have you ever noticed that? It takes that, and everybody hates one guy over. I mean, think about it in reality. People are hammering Cooper right now, and all he did was whine. And he was wrong. He whined. That's okay. It's not a big deal. But now he's a punk bitch. It's like, no, he's not. He's on the wrong side of an argument, and he whined a little bit. It's not that big of a deal.
Are they really hitting him that hard?
Oh,
like
dude, did you hear our listener questions?
Wow.
There's a few. They're going at him a little bit.
If you can handle it, though, sometimes you can be the bad guy, win races, and people will like you because you're winning, and then you'll create kind of a different fan base of those type of people.
You got to be the bad guy, though. That's not being the bad guy. That's being on the wrong side.
It's being a punk ass bitch, apparently.
Kind of is a little bit, but again, at the same time, like, you just got to be a little smarter, right, Andy? I mean, think about it for you. You own a business that's in this industry.
No, I disagree, man.
What?
The mob will be throwing their torches at a completely new issue tomorrow. They're not going to care.
That's true. Well, they have an off week, Joe, so it's technically going to take 2 weeks for them to be mad about something.
No, they'll find something throughout the week. Even better, 2 weeks to go by, they're not even going to remember this, dude.
And that is the truth. Lucky for us, it's something to talk about. The truth is, when we get to Ironman round 12, Andy, are we talking about this?
Depends on how tight the points battle is.
That's very true. I was just going to say, that's the only...
That's a 6-point swing right there, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Cooper loses by 5. We're talking about Thunder Valley. So
yeah,
there you go. But yeah, I just, again, I don't...
So there are special circumstances where it could come back to bite you, but only if everything lines up to where this becomes a factoring point.
Yeah, so I guess we'll store this away, Joe. I want to store it away for a later day, just in case. Yeah. But again, your guys' opinion. Are you cool with the interview? I mean, I understand emotions, but I feel like strategically wasn't the best approach, and I don't think it was a good look for him, Andy.
No, yeah, I think he could have done it a lot different. Definitely made. I mean, we're sitting here watching it. I mean, so we're not dealing with that pressure in the heat of the moment. But yeah, I honestly think that he should have just kind of owned up and just been more like, "Hey, man, I made a mistake out there and crashed. I was the better rider today. I should have won on my pure, speed. It doesn't matter if he gained time on me or not. I was the better. Almost kind of punked him that way, like that. Hey, I'm faster. I was, beat him in the first moto. I was beating him this moto, and then I made a mistake." And, instead of...
Yeah, I gave it to him. He didn't earn it. Say something like that.
Yeah.
But that goes back to what Joe said. That's more being a little bit more of the villain and being, instead of whining about it, coming out and saying, like, I mean, I had him. I gave it to him. My bad. Christmas in June won't happen again. Something like that. I mean, that's some good juice. You know what I'm saying? That's I think but that probably leaves a sour taste to some people, too. I mean, people are ready to be upset no matter what. And that's what's funny about this sport. How incredible is it that we so desperately want these guys to like show emotion and be honest and whatever, and then we jump them when they do. I feel bad in a way. I mean, I guess I'm being a hypocrite and I'm part of that too. But at the same time, I'm just breaking down what was said, and I just think he said the wrong thing. I don't mind him being emotional. Should be, just lost the overall. But again, I'm more talking about what he said than that he said it. I would have been pissed if he would have said nothing. Because then what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about nothing. It's great content. But at the same time, just better words, I would say. And the crazy part is, now that he's probably had a chance to see it all, do you think he looks at it and goes, crap, that's not as bad as I thought?
Yeah. I guaranteed after he watched the actual footage of it, then he was sitting there going, "What? Why did I say that?"
Yeah.
What was I thinking?
Or maybe not, dude. Maybe he's super self-righteous like my 9-year-old. I'm telling you right now, I literally thought about that driving here today. It sounded like something Evan would say. Remember when Evan at the Vegas Supercross, Joe? That kid took me out. He wanted to kick him in the wiener. He was all pissed off because the kid took him out. Come to find out, Evan made a mistake. The kid bumped him and he fell over.
Mm-hmm.
But Evan comes off telling me that he got taken out. Extremely, self-righteous. Just not taking responsibility for his own mistake. I literally thought that as I was driving here. It was almost the same scenario. And if Justin Cooper was my kid, I would tell him, you got to be stronger than that, bro. You can't fall. You can't have a half a lap go by and collapse and fall. You can't. It's on you, dude. That's what I would tell my kid. If the same scenario happened and other little squirrely 50 rider hops off the track, pops back on, lets him go, and then catches him and Evan falls over, it's on Evan. That's what I would say to my own kids. That's why I have to say the same thing now. It is what it is. Andy, would you do the same?
100%. I would have said, dude, you're the one that got whiskey throttle in the rut and fell over, not Adam didn't do that to you.
He didn't do that. In fact, and if he did, then maybe you need to be a little mentally stronger. If you can't handle some dude popping up over a banner, then I don't know what to tell you. If you want to be a champion in the sport, you have to be willing to handle scenarios, Joe, like guys popping up over banners. Right?
Yeah.
I'm being extremely sarcastic.
No, I agree. I mean, for that to, what was the word he used?
Fluster.
Fluster. For it,
flustered.
Come on, bro.
It should have flustered him for an eighth of a second. He should have went, what the hell? Oh, well, it's just a race. Keep going.
You're out there racing a dirt bike at 80 miles an hour. Come on.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we're watching the race back right now. Andrew Short is on screen. Dude, you know, it's gnarly what he's doing. What was the one he just did, the big one? Dakar?
Yeah, Dakar.
Do you know much about Dakar? Have you done your research?
I've watched a little bit of it.
That's psycho.
Yeah.
That is dangerous. I would maybe even use the word stupid. That's too dangerous. I don't even know why those guys do that. It's psycho.
Yeah, there's a lot of, especially on the bike side of things. I mean, a lot of guys get hurt, and there's been a lot of people that passed away.
Yeah.
Even in the cars, guys pass away.
It's so sketchy. And for Andrew Short, obviously shows how talented he is to just pop in, ex-dirt bike racer, retired, get back out there, and then go and be good at that.
And what is it? I don't even know.
How do you explain
so
it?
They call it a rally, but it's how
many days is it?
It's maybe 7 days. I'm not an expert on it.
Yeah, neither am I.
I've just jumped in and watched a few.
Like a Baja-ish.
It's crazier though, because you're riding bikes that are 500 or 600 pounds.
They're not a regular dirt bike. You're riding these
they call them adventure bikes.
Yeah, they're meant to go 7 days.
Wow.
And they're heavy. So when you get a tank slapper, if this thing lands on you,
you're done.
Oof.
You're done.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, and he's good at it.
And
right out of the gate.
In the desert, the gnarliest desert you can imagine.
Yeah.
Where it looks like you're in the middle of Aladdin or something.
Yeah, it's not safe. And he's remarkably good at it. But anyways, yeah, so the 250 class, AC Cooper, they've kind of broken away. I said it in the beginning before you got here, Andy. Dylan Ferrandis, his day's coming. In fact, I'll just call it now. He's going to win Mount Morris. He is riding really good and having issues, little ones here and there. It's one of those things where, remember in Supercross when Marvin for a while was riding really, really well, but he couldn't get the win it's because things kept kind of happening, but you could tell it's coming. And then it clicked. I think that's coming with Dylan too. I think the way he's riding right now, it's all got to just button up. You know what I mean? And he's going to enter that party. He's not that far out of the points with these two also, but I really don't see anyone else right now at this point in the conversation for the championship. I see Cooper and AC for sure, and then Dylan right there kind of hanging in the background. Andy, for you, is there anyone else that you're seeing that can go the distance? I love what I see out of these guys moto by moto, but I don't see anyone else staying in the party up front. You know what I mean?
Yeah, as far as the championship, I think it's just those two guys, because I don't know if Dylan can ever get good starts. I mean, that's plagued him from Supercross all the way to, and you can only do so much.
Yeah.
I mean, he can only ride so great, but if those guys are getting good starts, you have to ride greater than great. You can't have a great ride and win when your two biggest competitors are starting in the top 3. Now you have to have a psycho Tomac type performance, and that's hard to do in a class where your two main competitors can go the distance 35 minutes all the way pegged. For Tomac, he gets away with it sometimes because Kenny obviously can't go the full distance right now. He's down 100%. But in the 250 class,
you can have a crazy ride back up to the front, but I don't know if you're going to get a crazy ride and win like that. He's going to have to get the starts. That's what I mean with buttoning it up. He's got to have it just be in the top 8 at least. But
that's what I think.
Being outside of the top
10,
15 and stuff like that, having these first lap, that stuff can't happen. It's like you said. It won't. You can't be up there enough. You could pull him off here and there, but you're not going to be in the championship conversation unless you get that right. Why do you think that is with him though? It's not a power issue. Cooper gets the starts. Francis is little, too. It's not like he's 190 pounds and he's the one guy that can't get the Yamaha to run right. I mean, dude, he's on the rippingest bike. Nichols gets good starts. Masterpool gets good starts. Where's Ferrandis' starts?
Well, Tomac, he doesn't get good starts. You know what I mean? So it's just like just certain guys, it's like a mental block. Like when I was growing up and when I was racing, that was the one thing I would hang my hat on. I was the guy that'd get the whole shot at Loretta's and then finish 15th. I faded like a big dog.
You obviously listen to this show a lot because the host has the same problem.
Yeah,
but that was my thing. Like I knew I was going to get the whole shot. That's my one thing that I always knew I was going to do. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get the whole shot, and I got the whole shot. And then after that, throw out the anchor.
What's with you NorCal boys?
I don't know. I don't know. What's our problem?
I guess it's too much beer and Funyuns.
Yeah, it's got to be it. In and outs. They're everywhere. I don't know. But, yeah, I think Ferrandis is... I'm going to just say right now, he's going to win Mount Morris. He's going to figure it out, that one.
Okay. Are we doing predictions for 250 Mount Morris right now?
I mean...
Andy, go for it.
Yeah, I don't know if we are. I feel like it. I say Ferrandis wins the next one.
Justin Cooper.
So, and remember, he hasn't got one yet. So so you think the first one's coming? There's enough frustration from these first. Because think about how good Cooper's riding. He's also pretty frustrated. Remember how pissed he was at Paula coming off the track, revving his bike. He's this close, and you could tell he's mad about it. So you think he's gonna clean it all up, get it done at Mount Morris?
Yep, because they're gonna take a week off. He's gonna, be able to regroup a little bit, get with his tight circle. They're gonna calm him down. And say, dude, quit worrying about this guy and just own him.
Yeah, and what he has to do. What about you, Joe? AC, 3 wins in a row.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go with AC.
1-1.
You got to go with the sure thing, AC all the way.
Sure thing is 1-1-1, Andy. And to AC's credit, I mean, AC's got to be better in those first motos, but, man, Moto 2 is where it counts, and that's where he's at his best this year. He's been pretty damn awesome in Moto 2s.
Yeah, he's a big guy, so I don't understand why he gets such good starts. Because I think I saw a stat. He's 180. Is that what I heard? 180
He's pretty
pounds?
big. I mean, he's got to be up there.
Yeah, I know Dylan's not that heavy. I still can't get off the fact that he gets terrible starts and everybody else on the Yamaha gets good starts.
Yeah, but again, I think, like you said, I think it's more of a mental, psychological thing for sure. Because there's no reason that you're that good and you can't get starts like half the time. Even it's more than half the time you're out of the running. I mean, how many times in Supercross? They come around the first lap. Where's Dylan? I mean, and that's half the competition that he's facing now. You know what I mean? On graded starts that are very controlled. It's not like you can't figure. Yeah, it's definitely got to be something mental. It's not a bike issue. It's not a skill issue. You saw him at Vegas, whole shot the final. So it's got to be a mental issue. But I think he cleans it up. I think he wins the next one. Joe, you got AC at the next one.
Yeah, buddy.
Andy, Cooper gets his first one.
Yep, Cooper.
Anybody else before we take a break that stands out to you that could maybe
in the 250 class?
Yeah.
Man.
Hampshire, Sexton kind of had a quiet day. Nichols.
Yeah, maybe Nichols could be like a dark horse. But as far as putting in the whole
shebang.
Yeah, both motos. I really don't see that there's anybody else. 3 rounds in, I haven't seen it from anybody else. Before the season, I would have said Hunter Lawrence. He'd have not a problem. He shouldn't have a problem going the whole distance.
Covington, obviously.
Yeah, Covington, obviously.
Are you paying me in a 20 or 2 10s or what?
It's going to be a lot of dimes, bro.
A lot of dimes,
Mosman?
Oh, man, I apologize to Chris Cooksey. Last week, Cooksey said, I think Mosman can be a top 5 guy. And I said, not that good. I mean, he's riding great, but I didn't think he was going to be this good. And I'm wrong. Podium. But no, to get a win, Joe, I don't think that.
I think he needs better starts too, because both motos he was around 9th, 10th.
Yeah, he had to fight his way through,
and he still got up to podium.
Yeah.
So I think his speed is there, but I think he might have the jitters. If he actually hole shotted, I think he would actually fade more because he'd be a little tight and get
freak
the
out a little bit.
Yeah.
Almost like how Blake Baggett, whenever Blake Baggett gets a good start, it's like it's the worst he rides for some reason. He doesn't do as well from the front as when he gets a bad start. Maybe same kind of... I mean, he's going to have to try it one of these days, get a whole shot and see. But that's how guys like him, you get a whole shot, that's usually what happens, and then you figure out, like, oh, that's what it's like to be up front.
I think he'll figure it out.
Yeah, but
I'm
first
just
one...
saying that...
I agree. The next time Mosman gets a good start... he probably won't get a podium. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you have to get that feeling under your belt.
You got to learn.
This
okay.
In Supercross, he got a good start and then kind of unraveled a little bit. And then the next round...
which one was it? Denver? Where was he stuffing AC a bunch? Denver.
Yeah. But then the next, like, he kind of like unraveled a little bit at some point of the race, and then the next round he got a good start again, and then looked more
it was
like confident.
So I think it was Houston or Seattle. One of those he had a good start, kind of didn't look right, and then the next one it was like, okay, now I know how to be up here. So
yeah.
Hey, but then again, for Andis, maybe the same thing. Maybe he whole shots Mount Morris and then just can't ride because it's a whole shot. You know what I mean? These guys get into their habits and their rhythms. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, Dylan, you want to win this thing? Just get like a 6th place start. No whole shot. Then you'll mess everything up. Just start in the middle of the front, and then you'll be fine. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll do our uppers and downers, Joe. They're back.
Main event moto.
Convenience is everything to us in the Bat Cave, and that's why we rock a key bar and no toil filters. Trust producer Joe, you're sick of that jingle jangle in your pocket.
Yes, sir. Just go get a key bar, like your Bat Bros.
And if you're not using no toil filters, you probably still have a flip phone. They make one of the worst bike chores easy. Throw the filter in the wash machine with your ladies' panties, and they'll never be cleaner. Get with the program and get a key bar and switch to no toil. Pay attention, Motoheads. I'm a picky SOB, especially when it comes to products on my son's bike. That's why we run Mika bars, sprockets and chains, and a gut seat cover, and it's not even negotiable. Look, if you care about quality and performance on your bike, you'll be running Mika metals and gut seats and covers. And if you don't, you're a what, Evan?
A noob like Uncle Vincent.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
Ooh-wee. That's right. Modesto, Honda Cowie, KTM, and Beta. Joe, let's go down and get you a Beta.
Let's go. Let's get a Beta,
Andy,
bitch.
Should we get Joe a Beta?
Yep.
Is that a safe move?
We make a lot of stuff for the Betas. And
do you?
At the shop, the joke is somebody ordered a Mazda Beta seat.
Mazda Beta.
That's funny.
Well, I'm thinking that should be our no toil giveaway right there. Should we just do it, Joe?
Yep.
All right, so go to notoil.com. How are we going to spell this, Andy? M-A... Because you got to remember, there's a girl in the office who gets
and he's
these.
like, I've never thought about the spelling.
Yeah, Mazda.
Yeah, so I'm asking you.
Is it Mazda Beta?
Yeah, Mazda.
Let's go M-A-S-T-A-B-E-T-A. Mazda Beta.
Perfect.
Oh, man. Still, the girl at No Toil is going to be like, Ryan, something wrong with the discount codes again? Yeah, Mazda Beta. Go to notoil.com. $100 worth of free products. Just use the code Mazda Beta. And if you're the first one, you get it all for free. Andy, are you ready for uppers and downers? They are
yes, I am.
Back.
Uppers and downers brought to you by Fly Racing.
All right, Andy, I'll let you go first. I've got mine ready. Can I guess your downer?
Go right ahead.
Are we going to get into it?
Huh?
Are we going to get into it?
No, we're not going to get into it, but
We're not going to get into it?
you know who it is. It's Covington.
What's the deal? What's your take?
Honestly, I don't know. I really honestly, my summers are so busy with my family, my kids, that I don't get to go to any of the rounds, and I'm starting to look at flights because I want to go see what's going on.
You need to go check in,
yeah,
and find out. Hey,
no,
you gotta be happy with your 450 guys. You gotta be happy with Mosman.
Yeah, and
Hampshire's riding great. He'll be on the bike next year.
So one thing I noticed this weekend, and obviously the guys that are hardcore, AMA outdoor motocross, historians, whatever you want to call them, people in the industry. The difference between the MXGP and the United States is the MXGP, they start, they do a practice, they do qualifying, they do a qualifying race, then they race. They're not prepping the track. So I noticed, and they even talked about it on TV, there's the one section where they they kind of come down and dive. It's like a little S-turn here at Thunder Valley, and the first moto is all rutted, and then they come back for the second moto like, oh yeah, the tractor's cleaned it all up. You know, they don't do that in MXGP.
It was the down little left, right, where Tomac was screwing up the first moto.
And I'll say, like, so when I ride, like that day we went and rode at Riverfront, I felt like the track was too smooth. Like when the track's smooth, I get terrible arm pump. Not the fact that I don't ever ride, but the rougher the track is, the better I can ride.
You know why? Because the pace slows down and it becomes more technical, and you're not just pinned everywhere. I've always thought that too. A smooth, really good dirt track, I get more tired because you charge harder. The bumpy, goofy, weirder tracks, it's almost less tiring, maybe more on your shoulders, but you don't get as much arm pump. You don't get your heart rate up as much too because you're almost like using mental focus. Like, your focus is firing more than your body because you're having to think so much. You know what I mean? I've always thought that too. On the rougher tracks, being more technical almost can be a little easier at times.
I think in Europe, like, or the MXGP, the tracks are so much rougher, and that's crazy. Like, look at Harrison. He just went over to Europe, and the guy is like terrible over there.
Yeah,
and he's not used to riding tracks that rough. Like, I mean, they are rough and just beat up by the time they get to Moto 1, just from all weekend doing their they do a qualifying race. They don't just
they don't
practice.
And don't forget, there's 2 days of it too. So it's not just one day, 2 quick sessions, let's drop the gate. It's I mean, yes, they're racing dirt bikes and so are we, but it is completely different. And to your point, I think someone like Hunter Lawrence can adapt easier because he's younger. He's not really established in his ways all the way. So he can like make an adjustment quicker. And okay, this is in America, they do crazy wide open sprint right out of the get-go. Okay, I can adapt. I think Covington is completely overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think he
by
is.
Our style of racing, the pace of the racing, the track. You got to remember, he is still a rookie. He's seeing these tracks for the first time, like Masterpool. He's in the same boat, and so I'm with you on that. Like, I get there being a little bit harder of a transition for him, but this isn't a bad transition. There's got to be something else, right?
Yeah, because look at Hurlings. He came over and he'd never seen our tracks before, and he still
but he's a
us.
freak of nature. That's different. He doesn't count. He's an outlier. You know what I mean? You can't use him as an example. He's something else. But there's got to be something else to it, right? It can't just be hard transition. There's no way you could be that far off the path. The dude rode for our Denations team 2 years ago. You can't.
Yeah, and he rode good.
Yeah,
like, he got good results.
You
for
can't
the
be this far off.
Now, are we doing uppers and downers 250 and 450, or just overall?
Just overall. Why? You have someone else you want to sneak in?
No. And then I guess for so that's my downer, but I like my upper is I guess Roczen. You know what I mean? Like, I like to see that he's back.
We share the same upper on that.
Is that yours?
You know, that was mine too.
You know, I like to see that he's actually up there and competing. You know, I'll have to say though, I did see a tweet. This other guy has a radio show on Monday nights. I saw a tweet about that he did today that said enough with the Roczen thing, and I'm kind of with him. I'm a little burned.
With the
like how every time that
the
he's
illness thing.
Yeah, well, every time he gets he's leading a race or he's in the front, they have to go to the clip when he wrecked. Anaheim.
That.
I'm just kind of over that.
No,
I'm over that too. With
there's a
Mr.
listener question about that too. It's like, hey, we got to move past this now. The truth is, my opinion is maybe you move past it in the outdoor and you quit bringing it up because he didn't have an injury in outdoor. This is his second full year back on the outdoor. This isn't a return to racing for Roczen on the outdoor circuit. This is the second year. Supercross, I get it. That's where the injury happened. He still hasn't won there. I get bringing that up, especially when you're dealing with Supercross. You're dealing with a new audience a lot, people that are watching that don't watch often. So it's a nice little reminder. If you're watching MAV TV on a Saturday, all right, or if you have the Gold app, or if you have the Gold app,
you probably know.
You know
what happened
because you are a die-hard.
Right.
And if you're a die-hard, you know, and you're probably dude, leave it alone. But at the same time, if you're producing a TV show, he's the lead character on the screen, and the dude's got freaking T-Rex arms. Like, it's part of who he is forever. But I am with you. It might be a little too much. But I get it having to be mentioned. Even if Weege mentions it once a show, it still has to be brought up.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe you're right. It's just a little overboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially now that he's won 2 of them.
Yeah.
But that's definitely my upper. I'm super pumped just to see, him up there. To be honest, I kind of thought it was going to maybe be Marvin, at first, and it was going to take a little bit for Roczen to get into the grind, but to come out of the gate like he did at Hangtown, and then every race, I feel like he's put in a good, solid race. Even when he didn't win at Paula, I still felt like his racecraft was good.
He still had a good day, without question. And not just winning. Winning is great and all, but obviously we watch this stuff. You and I are both former pro racers. We watch these guys ride. The way Roczen is riding is got to be my up. The way it looks, he is so damn good. And man, they got the Honda working pretty dang good too. He does some things in some sections where it's just like, damn, you got to trust your bike.
Yeah,
to do what he's doing, standing up through these deep sections, and just everything about. He's obviously a guy we want at the and we're watching on screen. Tomac makes the pass, and actually, to comment off of this, do you think Kenny is letting him go now and going, you know what, I got the overall, we're good, I don't need to fight this thing out all the way to the end, I got it? Or this is a points-paying moto. It's not like Supercross where it's like a heat race and it doesn't matter. This race matters. So yeah, you get the overall, but would you like to see him fight back a little bit harder, or is he having to take a methodical approach with the way his body, this 100%, not 100% physical thing? Is he going to pick and choose his battles? Is that what's going on here?
I think he's going to pick and choose them. Yeah, of course. Like, I kind of wish every rider rode like Anderson.
Yeah,
that's been like Tomac's Achilles heel this year. The two motos that he's had really bad motos where he couldn't get by Anderson. Eventually, Anderson pulls away from him, and so
Anderson just breaks him down because his jersey's flapping and he's just scrubbing stuff. And Tomac's like, God damn it!
And he doesn't give anybody a spot because, gosh, I think it was Moto 1 when he was having his tear-off issue. I was screaming at Bogle on TV, screaming at him. He looks over, sees it's Tomac, and gets out of the rut. And it's like, dude, you're not getting lapped. Like, fight for... And that's another thing. Like, I've become more and more of a fan of the MXGPs over the years because in the MXGPs...
They fight harder.
Oh, my gosh. These guys, they don't care who you are.
No, I watched the last one. I was...
and they dig for every position.
Where was it? Like a week or two ago. And Tonus and Guy... They were in a three-way battle, and dude... It was insane how hard. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And you know what's weird is so like you have say like Cairoli or even Hurlings when he's racing, right? So those guys still win by 40 seconds. But for them to get to the lead, not one person just let them by.
So they're actually getting straight past and beat, not giving up the spot because the guy that's coming up is better on the pecking order, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It's not
and
like
to your point, though, Anderson has never been a guy to just give it up. He's super stubborn out there.
And same with Osborne. They're both very stubborn riders, and I really enjoy watching that as a fan. Like racing against that kind of guy, dude, I want to choke him. But watching it, awesome.
Admire him.
Yeah, awesome.
And I'm with you. And again, I back to what I said about Roczen. Do you want to see him fight back a little bit more, or is he doing his own math in his head and going, you know what? I don't know if I want to exert every single little last bit I got in a Moto 2 when Eli is getting into a psycho mode. I got the overall. Let's take this weekend. You know what I mean? He's not going to take the Moto. He's going to give up the points. But I'm going to take the weekend. I won the weekend.
Well,
you know
I kind of
mean?
wish that when Tomac passed him there and they go back up the start straight, I kind of wish that maybe, Kenny would fight back a little more, like kind of put personal goals for himself. Like, okay, I'm going to fight back when he's in his kill mode. I'm going to fight back. This round, I want to make it a quarter of a lap where
I just frustrate him back.
Like where I'm wheel to wheel with him, pass him, run him wide in a corner here or there. I'm still going to let him go because I got the overall in the bag, but
let me chip away and start sending a little bit of a message that because if you're Roczen, you're thinking you're going to be at 100% in a month or two, and maybe you'll go the distance. But hey, let me give you a half a lap where I'm going to make things super annoying so that you remember this next time. And that was my point. I didn't see. I saw him almost like a sigh of relief and go, okay, go for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like at some point though, then what happens is Tomac starts getting in that rhythm too. Like, oh, there's the 94. He's going to let me go because
of whatever
the scenario. And I just don't. That's the one thing I wish that we would just fight a little harder. And like kind of just personal goals.
In the moment.
Like 5 motos from now, I want to be able to fight him for a whole lap. But this weekend, Thunder Valley, I'm just going to go for, 3 more corners and try to square him up a couple times and then
Just show the fight.
Yeah, and he's riding. We're at a level I don't want to ride at right now because I don't want to get hurt. It's round 3. I got the overall, but I need to prove a point.
Yeah.
And I mean, gosh, Kenny won by what?
30-something
30-something seconds in the first moto, and then Tomac. I mean, yeah, he won by 9 seconds, but that's nothing. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like, so Kenny did hold his own to a certain degree, but
I'm with you. I want that half a lap fight. Just send a message that, hey, when we get into late July, you need to remember motos like this where I don't give up easy.
Yeah,
I'm with you. But then again, on the strategic side, maybe at the same time, it's like, hey, go ahead and get comfortable out there thinking you can dominate me, and when I'm 100%, then I'm going to stick a wheel. There's a lot of ways to play. Obviously, it's mind games a little bit, and I think it's definitely a premeditated decision on Roczen's part. It's like, hey, get out front, and when things are going good, take it, but if you get into a situation where you're going to exert everything and maybe risk getting sick again or whatever this thing that's going on with him, maybe you just pick and choose, but I'm with you. I personally, as a fan, I would like to see the next 3 or 4 corners be a little sketchy.
Yeah.
I want to see him get him back and just, Joe, fluster him.
Yeah.
Maybe pop up over a banner even. I don't know. Do what you got to do. Yeah. Obviously, we know now that works. Yeah. If you pop up over a banner, oh my God, yellow flags. Who's this again?
Miriam.
Oh yeah, he okay?
I don't know about okay, but they helped him off. Eventually, they
that downhill right there has claimed
Tomac,
Stewart, yeah. Tomac, and who was it? I was talking to someone this weekend.
The Stewie one though, I still I kind of chuckle. He said that was where the camera guy or the fan ran across the track, but he was 300 yards ahead of him.
He got flustered.
He got flustered and he
went down.
He wadded good right there.
Yeah, but again, I talked to someone this weekend at regionals. I forget who it was talking about that spot and said that during the year that spot claims people all the time, amateurs too. It's change the downhill, do something. It's that it is a sketchy turning downhill with ruddy braking bumps. I don't know, maybe put some...
No, don't change it. Not everything requires a reaction.
Joe.
It takes people down, and they need to slow down. It's a good obstacle.
I know, you're right.
When we react to every little thing, that's the problem.
I'm not reacting to
Well, you're wanting to change. You're wanting to change this thing because, not everything requires that.
Did you see Miriam laying there?
That sucked, and he probably should have slowed down a little bit.
See, Andy, I don't think Joe gives a rat's ass about Dylan Merriam whatsoever.
That's not true.
Yep, that's what it is. This truth comes out.
I want everybody to be safe, but you got to have good obstacles, man. The world is not Nerf. You know what I mean?
I agree with Joe.
True. All right, so Joe's upper is Dylan Merriam crashing on that downhill.
What a dick.
All right. No, so what is your upper, Joe?
My upper was Kenny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same thing, just...
Well, because, I called him to be the man out there.
I know you did.
And then I had Baggett on the other one, and then he's my downer, because...
Yeah,
Come on, Bruce.
You laid an egg on that one,
Come on, Bruce.
But I can't blame you. I don't know what's going on with him.
I had good feelings. I went off my emotions. That's what it was.
Oh, God, Merriam. Really?
Oof.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Here's why Baggett is so confusing to me, Joe.
Oh.
He's an outdoor guy, right? He's an outdoor champion. He's El Chupacabra. But, Andy, all these years of Baggett being just this psycho outdoor rider, but he can't ride Supercross, remember? Now, all of a sudden, he's one of the baddest Supercross dudes, winning races, on the podium, 5 times last year, and now can't ride outdoor. What? Is there something going on, or is it just a shift in riding style? I don't know, but he should be up there with it. I mean, he should be winning these races too and in the title contention. If you look at all these guys and all who they are and their team, their bike, their history, their past, Baggett is legitimately top 5 guy in that class. More than likely should be a top 3 guy winning races. Straight up. And what?
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't been on the podium yet. That's
not even close.
For sure.
I don't know. Yeah, Joe, I'm with you. I get it. And you weren't silly for feeling he was going to do good. I remember last year I pegged him as someone that was going to give Tomac a run for the champion. I seem to be really wrong about whoever I think is going to challenge Tomac for the title. Last year I said Baggett was going to give him the goods all year. This year I said Webb's going to be right there. Maybe I need to just stop predicting who he's going to have his issues with.
Somebody out there listening right now is like, hell yeah, you should.
Yeah, you idiot. Yeah, it's true. I
saw a lot of people ripping about Webb, on Twitter and stuff.
They are.
Saying stuff about, how pissed you think DeCoster is about Webb and all this. It's but You got like a lot of guys have that Supercross hangover. I mean, Dungy did one year. He came into Hangtown and got like 8th or 9th. I mean, it's like wasn't even on the radar.
That's what Joe said.
Andy wasn't in here when I said that about 40 minutes ago. But
Andy said.
Yeah. Thank you, Andy.
Naturally, a little bit of a hangover too. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me, if I go 4 months of just unbelievable pressure, and then I close it down and I pop bottles, $1 million check goes in my account, it might take a minute to get remotivated. I'm sorry.
Well, what did he do last year on a Yamaha in the outdoors? Nothing. So why is all of a sudden there's this expectation just because he won the Supercross championship?
And because he won the
outdoors.
It's because he won the 250 outdoor title a few years back and beat J Mart, who is an outdoor daddy. So you're doing your own math. You're going, won the Supercross title. He's on KTM. He trains with Alden Baker. He's won a 250 outdoor title. He did it in impressive fashion. My math would say this should be pretty good. And again, I still think it's gonna once we go back east and it gets a little bit hotter, stickier, ruddier. I think he's more of an East Coast guy, and I think he'll get better. Will he be good enough to run with these guys? I don't know that. That it don't look like it. But yeah, I don't know. My predictions. I'm usually pretty bad about that. And when we get to our fantasy talk here in a second, Joe, confirmation. I'm really not good at that either. And you, for some reason, who doesn't even know how to play barely, somehow is crushing it.
Because you got to pick them based on their colors, dude. Everybody knows that.
I guess. I'm off.
It's a tried and true method.
All right. And who you're down? Oh, you said Baggett. My upper, I'll make mine quick. My upper is Zane Merritt. Baby Stank. So remember last week on the show, Cooksy's talking about Baby Stank?
Stank Pup.
And I knew there was a guy out there with with long curly hair hanging out the back, whatever, but I didn't know him or whatever. Well, now I've kind of dug in. Followed him on Instagram. Followed his YouTube channel because he's got vlogs going every week, like pretty good ones. Like he's a privateer out there doing his thing, and he's doing these sick vlogs at every single race. I gotta be honest, I hate to say this, but I think his hair is more majestic than Stank's anyway. It's younger hair, it's fresher hair, it's curlier. He looks more like a lion. Stank looks more like he could be homeless, maybe. Merritt looks like. I mean, I don't know. It's just I think it's a fresher look. I like him. I'm a fan. Andy, give him some seat covers. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, should we do it? Do I got to hit him up?
Yeah, hit him up.
I'll hit him up. We got to get him a Guts Racing seat cover. And he's on a KTM. He could ride a Husky if Husky wants to put someone on Covington's bike. Andy will just, I don't know, put Zane Merritt on it.
Why not? Let's do it.
Can you go next weekend and make that happen? We'll talk to Bobby Hewitt and say, look, there's this majestic-looking kid running right around 20th. He's beating Tom. Let's make the switch.
It's the hair.
It's the hair. It's the hair.
He's
anyway,
like Samson.
Don't cut the hair, man. You'll lose all your strength. And my downer, this is a bad one. You know Lonnie Fritsch, Andy?
Yep.
Did you happen to see on Instagram what happened to his son?
No.
So Lonnie listens to the show. So does his older son, Chance. His middle son, Gunner, should not be listening to this show. Lonnie, if he is, you got to stop that. He's too young to be listening to this show. Chance is borderline. But Gunner had a bad wreck at Argyle, coming off the track, I guess. Something in between the kids' track and the adult track. Full-blown head-on collision, and, dude, not good. He's a little guy. He's like 6 years old.
Oh.
Got smashed up pretty good. Lonnie texted me late at night and said, my worst fears, blah, 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 happened today. And I was asleep. I wake up the next morning, and I'm like, what the hell? So I immediately, when you want to know, where do you go? You go to Instagram to find out, right? I go to Instagram. Dude, super sad. Like, he's okay. He got a concussion. I think he broke his nose. He got messed up pretty bad.
Poor little
Just a little guy. And I guess Lonnie told me he's asking when he can ride again.
Good.
So it sounds like he's a complete
badass.
I was going to go with psycho idiot like the rest of us motorcycle riders. He's already got it too. In fact, I even said that to Lonnie. I said, he's your kid. Yeah. Because you never learned.
Well, I try not to call 6-year-old idiots.
Yeah, I'm just used to calling my 9-year-old one, so it's not too hard for me. But no, I told Lonnie, I said, dude, as crazy as you always were, well, what did you think? What did you think was going to happen? Little guy gets hurt. He wants to know when he can get back on the bike.
Glad he's okay, though.
Yeah, no, he's big picture. He's okay, but he's my downer for sure. He got messed up.
Yeah, that sucks.
Anyways, all right, let's take a break. We'll come back with listener questions, and we'll talk about fantasy. Joe, I'm frustrated with you, and we'll break it down.
Main event moto.
I hate to say it, but our NorCal Moto heads are pretty spoiled. Why? Well, where do they ride, Joe?
Riverfront, East Street, Prairie City. And don't ask me who takes care of them trackside during the week, because it's EMT Racing.
And who takes care of them trackside during the week, Joe?
Really, man? I literally just said EMT Racing. You didn't hear me?
That's right. If you're from Northern California and support Main Event Moto, then spin your laps at Rep Racing Tracks, buy your bikes and parts from Modesto, Honda, Cowie, KTM, and make sure EMT Racing takes care of your trackside and service needs.
Spin your laps at Rep Racing Tracks. I see what you did there. I like that.
If you're from Northern California and you're a true Motohead, then you better get your bike from Honda, Kawasaki, KTM of Modesto. They also got betas, ATVs, and side-by-sides. And if you don't know how to use Google Maps, well then here, I'll help you out. Visit them off of Carpenter Road in Modesto and see their track support parts trailer at all California Central Valley races. Visit www.hkmodesto.com to apply for the rider team, store deals, and upcoming events. And check them out on Instagram at Honda_Cowie_KTM.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
Ooh, wee.
Joe, let's save some people some money.
Let's do it.
If you want some skivvy underwears, which, by the way, I need a restock. I'm going to hit up Scummy this week. How you doing on yours? You
So good.
Still wearing that one pair they give you every day?
Single pair. Nah, Scummy hooked it up with a bunch, dude. I love it.
Yeah,
That's all I wear now.
I know. I gotta stock up. I want some freshies. The other ones have worn out their welcome in the house.
I snagged some, I think like a month ago. I got a couple more.
They're good. Go to skivvy.com, skvi.com. Use the code MAINEVENT for 20% off. And you'll have chicks all over you. It's guaranteed. No Toil Giveaway. We already did that. It's Master Beta. Guts Racing. GutsRacing.com. Use the code MAINEVENTMOTO for 100% off this week only. Everybody. No?
Yes.
No, Andy?
Wow. Wow.
100% off. You know what's funny is? Someone will probably email and be like, dude, what the hell? The code's not working.
Yeah.
I'm joking, guys. It's 90% off.
Ish.
No?
90.
No, it's not. It's 20% off. Main Event Moto is the code on gutsracing.com. Keybar, use the code MOTO20 at keybar.us to save. And of course, huge shout out to Rep Racing. Joe, are we going to do a ride day again soon?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, when do you want to do it?
I don't know. We're working it out. We're working on it.
Let's do another one though soon.
Yeah.
We got to get Andy back on the bike because I know he hasn't ridden since then.
No, I haven't.
You haven't? No. Okay, yeah. So just for his sake, we need to do another ride day.
You know, so that way I'm
what
not,
track?
I don't know. Let's do, we could do Hangtown or East Street. I don't know.
So different track.
Yeah,
so
like
East
Rep
Street?
Racing, but, you know, a different.
It's got to be Rep Racing, bro.
Yeah, but a different track.
All right. All right, I'll talk to Zeb. Maybe East Street would be good.
I haven't ridden there since Nom.
Have you not?
I honestly don't think I've ridden there since he's owned or had the track.
It's so good, dude. Then again, it's not like your riding schedule is very busy. That's a good show title, Joe. Haven't ridden there since Nom.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we'll figure one out. We'll get one going. Oh, also, huge shout out to Racer X, of course, our partners in crime. Racer X got a good deal going on right now for Father's Day, Andy.
Woo!
So get your
I'm a
pops.
father.
I know, and your father's a father. So
Yes, he is.
The deal is, get your pops, or you know what? Screw it. If you're a father, do it for yourself. Get yourself a subscription to Racer X, and you get 6 months free of the digital subscription too, for free.
Wow.
Yeah, I just got the new magazine with Adam Cincerello on the cover. Starting it tonight. What I do with my son is every once in a while, a couple nights a week, I lay in bed with him, just 15 minutes, at night, just chilling. We just talk, whatever. And whenever the new magazine comes in, it takes about 3 nights. We burn through the magazine and just look at pictures because I don't like reading. He doesn't like reading. We just like looking at pictures. So, but we got the new magazine last week, and actually tonight we've already committed night 1 of the new issue. We're gonna break into it. So go to Racer X, subscribe to the magazine, get the subscription for 6 months for free. And yeah, Joe, fantasy. You are now 73rd. You have 1,282 points. I don't like the fact that you're beating me because you don't know what you're doing. I know you don't because you'll ask me things.
I'm the first to admit that.
I know, but what are you doing? Just
told you, bro. Colors.
Dirt bike colors.
It's all about gang
hair
colors.
Gang colors.
Yeah.
Are you just picking with your heart? Because I know round one, you didn't do very good at round one because you went with like the good-looking roster. You said you wanted the best-looking roster plus Alex.
Right. My method that week was looks. You
tried to pick Tickle. He wasn't on there.
Yeah.
Picked Nichols twice.
Yep.
Didn't do very well.
No.
Round 2, round 3, though, you're crushing it.
I adjusted.
It's frustrating. You're in the top 73 or 75. And remember, if you're playing Main Event Moto Fantasy League, you got to be in the top 75 after the 9th round. And that's when the chase format starts, and it's a 3-race runoff. So if you are winning the league, and at round 10 you are pissed off because you are back to 0, I'm sorry, but that's how a chase format works. Just got to get in the playoffs, Joe, right?
Yep.
Just like the Raptors. Just sneak in there, get in there, no biggie, and then just whoop everybody all the way to the championship.
Calm down.
0-1 for the Warriors. When's Durant going to play? Is his toenail better?
Maybe game 3.
Is his toenail better?
4. We don't know yet.
And Andy, I'm sitting in 243rd place in my league.
Wow.
Yeah, 800 and something people. So I'm in the top 25%, top 33%. It's not bad. I mean, it's okay. It's not great. I'm like 100 points behind Joe already, though. And the problem is I'm trying. So maybe I'll just stop trying.
I'm trying too, Daddy.
No, you're not. Getting pure luck. It ain't going to last. I can't wait. One of these next few weeks, we're going to come in here, and I'm going to blow you out for your 400th place
But
finish.
I'm not bragging about it, though. I'm quietly just,
I can tell.
sliding in there, doing my thing, quietly winning.
You can tell by the way your eyeballs look. Your eyeballs look different when you're being smirky, and I know. Anyways. All right, should we get to the listener questions?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. These are your Scott Prospect listener questions. Remember, if you win that motosport.com $250 free giveaway, you can get some prospects.
Hell yeah, dude.
You can get some fly racing gear.
$250.
Are you on motosport.com?
No, actually, we're not.
What do we got to do about that?
We got to pull some strings. BTO's got us, though.
What?
They got us covered.
All right, I'll make the call.
We got to connect.
I'll handle that.
People connecting people.
That's right. We'll make it happen. That way you can get your Guts Racing seat covers when you get your motosport.com $250 giveaway. All right, here we go. Scott USA Prospect listener questions. RCamp99 comes in hot. He says, DB, if Mike Mason, producer Joe, and Vincent are in a burning building and you can only save one, who would it be?
Oh, we already know the answer to this.
We do?
He's staring right in his eyes right now.
You know what's weird is? I like you the most of the three.
Ah, thanks, buddy.
Then Mike. Then Vincent. I'd probably have to say Vincent, though, dude. I've known him his whole life. He's my brother. Blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put it this way.
Blood is thick.
I would try. You would be second.
Okay.
Mason would die.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sorry, Mikey.
Yeah, he wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
But I'd probably have to go with Vincent. He's my brother.
Yeah.
I love you, but I love him more.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Understandable.
Andy, is that fair, or am I wrong here?
Yeah, you got it. Blood's thicker than water.
It is, Joe.
That it is.
So,
and all Joe gives you is water.
That's it. And Joe just actually gave me a big old Evian. So
I've given you blood before.
That's horrible. Horrible. All right, next one comes from Todd Krieg, 531. Here's one for producer Joe. You got to F one, marry one, kill one.
Oh, boy.
Ralph, Ricky, Weege. And I want you to think this through.
Okay. Marry, kill, F, Ralph, Ricky, Weege.
First off, whichever one you got to kill, make sure you think about me, because obviously I'll get a promotion. And
Ralph is getting got.
So Ralph's goner?
Ralph's getting shanked.
Okay.
You got to go, Ralphie. Sorry.
Got to marry RC. He's got a lot more money.
Yeah, probably marrying RC, and then I'm hanging out with Weege because
hanging out.
He's our boss now. So
yeah, sorta.
Yeah.
So you gonna sleep with the boss?
Yeah.
All right. Andy, is that the same order you would go?
I definitely had Ricky as the one I was marrying. It's just flipping a coin after that.
Then it's just toss it.
Killing both.
Whoever's close enough when you have the knife in your hand.
Yeah, whichever one is gonna be the easiest. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good answer, Jim. I like it. Okay, this one's the worst one, and I don't know what happened. I don't know why this happened, but all of a sudden, everyone came in firing pretty early with these weird questions. Sean Whitcomb, 15, has maybe the worst question I've ever been asked.
Wow.
He says, this is for all of you. So your mom and your wife switch bodies, Freaky Friday style.
I already
you have
don't like where this
to
is going.
F1 to make them switch back. Which one?
Oh, God.
It's the worst. It's the worst thing I've ever heard.
What's this guy's name?
I don't know. Sean Whitcomb.
Sean Whitcomb.
I think he has this confused with Dr. Drew.
Props.
Hey, props,
Yeah,
right? Props. That is the weirdest question.
Love line. Yeah, this is like
this
love
is not
line.
love
bro.
line.
But isn't that like the hardest question?
That
to
is,
answer?
yeah, that is a hard
I think
question.
I'm letting him ride it out, and I'm getting a divorce.
Just letting it.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
man.
Yeah. It's peace, deuces.
I mean, there's nothing. There's no way fixing. You're on your own.
Yeah, sorry, you guys are stuck.
Is that not the best? Like,
That is a really good.
you
question.
get a lot of these weird questions, whatever that make you think.
Yeah,
That one sucks to think.
that
about.
one's gonna haunt me.
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. R Camp 99 has another good one though. If you could trade lives with one motocross racer for 5 years, who would it be, and what time span? I'm going like. I'm going like Emig back in the days when he was winning and partying. Him and McGrath. Like I think Emig partied a little harder.
You could be Emig, I'll be MC.
And we'll just party together and just dominate and make tons of money.
Yep.
5 years of it.
Yep.
So we're going
private jets.
So where are we going? We're going
Acura
90s?
NSXs. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going 90s. Who else partied hard and crushed it? J-Law, but I don't think I want to live that
Yeah,
life.
he didn't crush it though.
Yeah, he had one good year.
I have a feeling Christian Craig partied pretty hard. Or not Christian,
Mike Craig?
Mike Craig.
The old Stingray? I think
Yeah.
Stingray had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about you, Joe? You've only been around for a couple of years, so you're going to have to say someone current. Who would you be right now if you could switch places?
Oh, I'd probably want to be Chad.
Yeah, Chad probably did it right, too, for those years. But Chad had to work too hard, too. He was racing Ricky and James. There's a lot of pressure. I don't like that one. Think about how hard he had to work and stress and stuff. I'm trying to think of when. Yeah, I mean,
MC
you got
and Fro Daddy. They
you gotta
had,
MC
it was easy living, man.
Yeah,
Easy living.
and it's not like they weren't working hard, but come on, let's be real. They weren't working that hard. I mean, when you're partying at the lake and wearing all black gear during the outdoors and still winning every moto, you're not. Life's good. You know what I'm saying?
1-800-COLLECT, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Good one. Clark Borden replied, J-Law or Austin Stroop? Yeah, they probably had a little fun, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd won all 5 years. of
Yeah,
that.
no way.
There were some bad times in those 5 years too. For those two. All right, Austin Saunders. He says Cooper and Cooper are the most dull dudes in the world. Change my mind. You know, they're very similar. They look alike, kind of talk alike, kind of dry in their podium interviews. They don't give you much. Cooper Webb does pretty well in his interviews. Justin Cooper's okay, but he says dull. Change his mind, Andy. Change it.
I don't know if I can change his mind. For a while there, though, Cooper, I thought was Cooper Webb was kind of a little chippy.
When he was getting a little he has a tendency to get saucy, but he does it in such a mellow way. He's real monotone, and then he'll say something, and you're just like, whoa. Like he cracked, I didn't.
Yeah.
Looking at his face at that moment, and just the way he was talking, there was no way I predicted those words coming out of his mouth. I was like, what? You know what I mean? Because he doesn't really let on that he's going to say something. You know, some of the other guys will kind of smile. They'll kind of like, you can tell they're dancing, and then they'll say something. He literally just straight-faced, cold as ice, will drop something. And remember when he's like, French, you don't want none.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Like, Cooper Webb definitely throws way more shade than Justin Cooper does. Obviously, Cooper's younger, and he's just getting started. But they are both pretty dull, Joe?
Cooper does get spicy sometimes, but I mean, dull's a little mean for Justin Cooper. He's too young.
He's just a pup.
He could come out swinging in a couple of years once he gets his balls, but you know,
he's gonna drop the mic when he wins the next round.
Yeah,
he's gonna be like, there you go, track cutter. All right, Sebastian C Media, Daniel. Why the hell would you not have the Gold app, given the fact that you're employed by NBC? Commercial breaks and broadcast delays, ain't nobody got time for that.
Agreed.
Here's why. Because I think there's a technical technology way to play the app on your TV, right? I don't know how to do that, so that takes that out of the equation.
It's super easy, bro.
Number two,
super easy, bro.
Number two, I have a 5S phone.
He does.
I'm not watching on this phone. It hurts my eyeballs. Number two, I take a while before I adapt to new things. All right? I love my TV. I love Mav TV. Look, they got HD now. Things have gotten better. All right? I like sitting on my couch with my feet up, watching the outdoors. I don't need the app because I like to watch it the way I watch it. Now, is the app great? Yes, especially with the broadcasts where they go to commercials and they don't on the app. I get it. Again, if I had a bigger phone, if I knew how to connect it into my TV, it'd be different. I don't know how. So it's that simple. It's that stupid, but it is what it is.
I'll get you set up, Pop. We got you.
Is it that easy? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Okay, because I've never done anything like that on my TV. I don't know. I don't mess with technology at all. I'm behind on that a little bit. Joe, am I right?
You are very, very right on that.
All right.
Behind
as
on
Sebastian
technology.
Media said, ain't nobody got time for that.
He's right.
I don't have time for trying to figure out how to get the app to connect to my television. So, but Joe's going to come over and do it.
Yeah, we'll take care of you.
Next one from Fouts Gregg 216. Why do you think at Ken Roczen and at Justin Cooper ride so good on the first motos so far this season? What's up with that, Andy? They are first moto smashers.
Well, I think Kenny is pretty easy. I mean, that's when he's coming in the freshest. It's no secret he's had an illness or some sort of some bug going on.
Some sort of something.
Yeah, and so I think that's pretty easy to answer. Now Cooper, not sure. I don't know. Maybe he's overdoing it in Moto 1 and then not really leaving any in the tank for the second moto. I just that was second gear pin.
That looked
right
better
there.
than it sounded, guys. And he just gave us the old.
But I guess he's not leaving much in the tank for the second moto as far as Cooper. But yeah, I mean Roczen. I mean it's just give him some time. He'll have the second moto down soon. I promise.
I think both will. I think it's early. You know what it is? 3 rounds in, you're a quarter way into this thing, right, Joe? This is if like in school. 4 quarters. This is quarter 1. We're done. You're just getting in there, you know? You're seeing what the talent looks like, all the chicks. You're getting into your classes. You're figuring out which teachers are cool, which aren't. You don't really know what you got going on yet. You're just kind of toying. Second quarter is when you really find your groove, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least that was for me. First quarter was a struggle. Second quarter is when I started pimping in high school. Took a while.
Uh-oh.
So maybe for Kenny and Cooper and all these guys, they're just figuring things out. In fact, this is their first chance to reset. They're going to go back and kind of figure out, okay, where are we? And if you're Kenny and if you're Justin Cooper, you're in a good spot. You've got half of it figured out. Pretty good. And I think they're both good enough. They have enough people around them to get that second half cleaned up too. But at the same time, maybe their competition, AC and Eli, maybe they figure out their first moto issues. So that's why it's going to be good. I'm intrigued. I'm looking forward to the next one because I flip a coin. I mean, who do you got the next one? Kenny or Eli? Who do you got? Cooper or AC or Ferrand? I mean, it's good. I'm excited. That's how it should be. Next one, RH22. Where is the app? I'm driving from South Carolina to NorCal, and if I don't have this app by the time I get there, I'm going to lose my shit. Joe,
us too.
Where's the app?
Us too, bro.
Where's the app, Joe?
The app is done. It's ready to roll. We're just waiting on the final stamp from Apple. They have to fine tooth comb it for any bugs and all that crap, and it's gone through many iterations, but we are on the finish line.
Yes.
It is right there.
So Andy, our new show, the main show, is coming out. It's going to be in its own app. You can download the app and listen to it. It's going to be a branch off of this show, right, Joe?
A loose branch.
A loose branch off of this. It's going to be every day, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days a week, and it's going to be on our own app, so it will not be available through the regular podcast links. It's just going to be through our app. But launching an app is not as easy as we thought. The app itself is badass. It's great. But getting through Apple has turned into quite the pain in the ass. Let's just say that. It's not easy. So
I'm sure.
We're almost there.
Almost there, boys.
Like literally like today or tomorrow or Thursday or next week. I don't.
No. It's going to be any day. Just hang in there with us.
Any day.
We promise.
And we have 11 episodes already pre-recorded to give you a little taste and a little feel of what the show is going to be like. So that way when you get it, you have some back content to go to and learn a little bit more about producer Joe, learn a little bit more about myself. And I think you guys are going to really, really like it. We've had a couple of people test the shows. All thumbs up. So, RH22, I'm sorry, it might not be done by the time you get here.
To be fair, it was only our moms that listened to it, but, all
They
thumbs
loved
up.
Well,
they loved it.
My mom, she wasn't impressed with some of the things I said, but whatever. It gets a little looser over there, but we'll see. It'll be good. It'll be any day, guys. Literally next week, I'm probably...
And it's our fault. We were excited. We shouldn't have announced it when we did. We should have waited.
Yeah, it was. I didn't think we were going to have the
We
hurdles.
just thought it would, thought it would have been done a long
next
time
week
ago.
at this time, probably announcing that we are live and we are good to go. So,
or announcing that it's any day now, boys.
Yeah, or announcing that I'm taking all my stock out of Apple.
Daniel just gave me the look of death.
Because it's the look.
Hey, look, doesn't this look like Maggie?
Yeah, she kind of does. The Lucas Oil
she
chick?
Totally looks like Maggie.
What if that was her? She's just like on the side, just making money. She's got the bank account, and we're like struggling. She's
Cashing
like,
them
I don't know
Lucas
what's going
Oil
on.
commercial
and
checks.
she's just like rolling. I'm wondering why she gets all these new shoes all the time. All right, next one from Mike_Palace. Is Justin Hill the next Jason Lawrence? And WTF does producer Joe look like? Go to our website, maineventmoto.com, and you can see what Joe looks like. It's been up there for 2.5 years. What about Justin Hill, Andy?
We've talked about this a lot when I've been on here. It's not looking good.
Last week was good. Got top 10.
Top 10?
I mean, I guess if you're going on, if you're looking at the averages, better than his average.
I mean, yes. What was that dude that ran good this week in Walters or something?
Waters?
Waters? That's what it was?
Yeah,
Waters?
Todd Waters.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Who is that? I should know, but do we even need to go into it, or do you just...
And like we talked about last time I was on the show, you remember I said that, he's good with the guitar and everything like that, but it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, you got to take one or the... Like, you can't be serious with both things.
Yeah, you got to... I mean, not at that level.
No. Like, I had a buddy of mine tell me one time, I was kind of complaining about my racing, was kind of struggling, and he told me that, just look at what's doing good. Either your home life's doing good and your racing's struggling, or your racing's doing good and your home... Like,
right.
You can't... And for me, it was with a business, too, so it was 3 aspects. So it's like, what's doing good right now? Either your business is doing better, or your home life's doing better, or your racing's doing better. Like, not all 3 can
You know what? It's weird that you
together.
say that, but that makes sense. Like, when everything's going really, really good, as far as, for me, like, the TV stuff, Main Event Moto, when I'm in a real rhythm with everything, things are a little rockier at home. And then when things are just at the best at home, is when things are usually falling apart a little bit everywhere else.
Yeah, my racing right now is miserable. Like, I'm embarrassed.
You suck?
Yeah.
Why?
I haven't even raced once this season.
How's home life?
Great. Honestly, it's like phenomenal.
I got an
Business
answer for
is
you.
rolling.
Go home and pick a fight. Everything will pick up. Right, Joe?
That's right.
But, that's kind of my thing about him is like, he's really talented with the guitar. He likes playing it. Well, but it's like the guys that are winning, they hate their life. You know what I mean? In a sense. Like,
and that's...
What did Reed said that a couple years ago about Villapoto? Like, look at him. He's miserable. The guy was winning all the time. And people on the outside are like, well, how's he miserable? The reason why he's miserable is because he's focusing on one thing only. He's not treating his family the way they need to be treated. He's not treating people around him. He's focused on one thing, and that's winning. And that, it's weird to say that, but it's so
it makes sense. And Joe, I kind of got a little passionate last week on the show. Got a little fired up about just my 20s and how the word regret, it's a powerful word. Like, I regret the entire decade of my 20s because I didn't put in the work that was needed. And now I am putting in the work. And I might smile when you see me. I look happy, but I'm not as happy as I come across because I am stressed and a lot of anxiety. I'm working so hard. And I feel like you got to do that. And I wish I could go back and do it in my 20s because then think about right now, 36 years old, I could be cruising.
Yeah.
But no, now I'm a decade late. And that's why, like, again, with Hill, and it's not even just him, all the guys out there, just know that if you're not all the way in, you're missing out on a shitload of cash. And then you could be chilling so hard the rest of your life. I mean, I'm sure Hill's made a lot of money, but he could make 10 times as much. All he has to do is suffer for 5 years. As I said it last week, Joe. It's just, man, if I could be 20 all over again, I would be. But then again, when you're 20, you don't think this way. You're too young and inexperienced. You know what I mean? But man,
yeah, and I've said it before on the show. Every opinion I have about a rider, it's not personal. Like, like a personal thing against Hill. But I feel like this is a performance-based industry, and the performance isn't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like. Any rider. I mean, once they start losing that edge, then it's kind of like, all right, it's, these teams are paying you to win, or at least to like fight for it.
Yeah, and again, if you're not winning, but the fight is there, they can work with that.
Yeah.
But when they see over a period of time that the fight's not there, then they lose the fight too, and then everything spirals because then nobody in the truck gives a damn.
Yeah.
It's what's that called? It's not magnetic, but it's kind of the law of attraction a little bit, if you're not grinding. No, I mean, even my son, every once in a while, when he's not feeling riding and he's just kind of like, it's kind of hot out. Well, I don't feel like it as much either then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he's like, Dad, when are we going riding again? I'm like, all right, let's go. And when he's like, it's hot out.
Well, yeah, it's contagious.
It's hot out. It's contagious is what it is. It's a little contagious, and that's fine for a kid, but for someone getting paid big bucks, it's not good. Cody 975 Piscatelli, Roczen, Tomac, Anderson, and Muskin daddying up on that cocky bitch web. Every single moto is so satisfying. Who's with me?
Oh, Piscatelli.
Piscatelli is not a fan, Joe.
Piscatelli knows this is a web cave.
Yeah, I think he's trying to poke Joe.
Troll a little bit.
He's trolling. See, Cody, reply to this comment and tell me why you really don't like Webb. I really want to know because I get he can be smirky, but some people really don't like him, and that's fair. Everyone has the right to like someone or not like them based on certain things. But I want to know why. I want to know why.
I've never been really a Webb fan per se, but I did enjoy seeing the new blood in Supercross. You know what I mean? Like it kind of before the season when we had our preseason show, like he wasn't even really on the radar. I mean, the guy could only get 2-3 podiums or whatever it was his whole career on a Yamaha. So why would you even think? So that kind of made me a fan because that showed me like, okay, finally somebody understands that, you know, it's all about in your heart. Like how bad do you want to win? And he came out finally with that attitude that enough's enough. I just want to win. And
you gotta admire that.
I became a Webb fan just because of the fact that he's the new guy winning some races instead of
and where he came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, trust me. 2 years ago, I was not a Webb fan by any means.
But were you? Did you not like him?
Nah. I mean, I would. It would have taken a serious $100 bill for me to root for him.
But it's still neutral, though. It was neutral feeling. It wasn't like screw Webb. It was more like it's not my guy.
I'm pretty neutral about everybody. I mean, I'm not a Tomac fan, and that's not a thing about him. It's honestly the industry. I feel like everybody just wants to talk about Tomac, and Supercross is making me frustrated because he wasn't even, for the longest time, he wasn't even second in points. So why are we talking about him?
Yeah, and he's.
But I feel like that's kind of a monster. That's like a monster thing, though. You know,
I said it last week too on the show with Cooksey.
Andy dropping some nuggets right there.
Yeah. I just put that together.
Yeah, he's not he's a monster guy, so we got to talk about him. Because in the outdoors, it doesn't seem like they talk about him as much.
Yeah.
Are you accusing me and my team?
I'm just saying he's not he's a monster guy. Just saying.
Okay. I'm just saying.
A little conflict of interest there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I rooted for him when he came out on the lights bike, at Geico. I thought it was sick. But and like I said, it's not him. It's the whole industry. People come into our shop. Oh, Tomac this, Tomac that. I'm like, he got third. Like, I don't. What Tomac?
Dude, I said it last week in the show, Joe. Walk around the pits, ask people, do a poll. Tomac's fan base is unreal.
You would almost think he won every round the way people talk.
He
and
literally
then go, well, he got third, and they look at you funny. Like, what race did you watch? And it's like, what race did you watch?
Yeah, he's got a very loyal fan, but he's got some people that don't like him either, especially because of the donations thing. Eric Nye, not a fan.
Right.
But I'm American through and through. We've gone over that on this show.
Yeah, I know.
Times,
you've been on here on those episodes too.
Oh, gosh.
And I can't stand Tomac.
Don't you worry, Andy. This is an American cave.
There's an American flag right behind Joe. I'm looking at it.
That's right.
All right, next
I see all the bald eagles in the corner.
Blake Graham 261. Is Justin Cooper just being a little biatch? Or was AC's off-track adventure wrong? Let's go back to that a little bit. Should they change the rule? Well, I mean,
nope.
Nope. Is it as simple as that? Because I don't think so either. I think it's fine. I think literally, like we talked about, there's not enough problems to need a rule. It's a freak incident, and I don't think there's a way to do it better that almost saves them a little bit on the consistent. I mean, it's intent mixed with math. Straight up.
But 9 out of 10 times, tell me if I'm wrong. Supercross, whatever. When a guy hits the banner or hay bale, tough block, whatever, 9 out of 10 times they come back with it dragging on their foot peg, in their rear wheel, in their front
onto
wheel.
The track in front of somebody.
This was that one out of 10 times that it didn't get stuck in his wheel. Because I'm telling you right now, if he would have tried to wheelie over that thing, it caught on his foot peg, he goes 3 more corners, locks his rear brake up, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. It wouldn't even matter if he passed him and his tire got tangled in the the banner got tangled in the tire. We wouldn't even be talking about it.
You want to know the truth? If Cooper didn't say one word about it, we wouldn't be having this conversation because the actual incident really wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Christian Craig went off, and he got all tangled up in the banners in the same race.
Imagine that, though, Andy. Think right now, if Justin Cooper just comes off and goes, man, almost had it, but pumped where we're at, we'll be back next week. We would have never even probably brought up what happened because everything happened the right way. I think the rule was executed correctly. He handled it correctly. I think everything about it was okay to me. So I have no problem with it. I have no rule change, no protest, nothing. Just
I got a question. Does this commercial bug you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Does it get you? Does it get you right where it hurts?
Oh yeah,
me?
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, because that stuff sucks.
Super clean. Oh
Stuff's
man,
so horrible.
Man, the way they were squirting that on there,
Clean that driveway, spotless.
It's like.
No,
does Eagle Grit got that or what?
Yeah, our heavy duty degreaser smokes that stuff. Like we spent 6 months testing our product against that stuff.
That's what I love about
That's
this
like
show.
the worst
we got the TV
crap
going.
ever.
I love it.
No, I don't. I'd be bitter if the product was good, but no. Clean sucks.
I know I gave that speech a little minute ago about the world not being Nerf, and we don't need to change that part of the track and all that. I do think there are times though where you may want to adjust certain things. For instance, with the banner issue, having a gap in the banner setup every however many feet or whatever, having a little
at least that.
Okay, so the rule is fine. I think it's the cleanest it can be.
Yeah.
But if we are looking for improvements, again, Joe, I meant,
you don't want to trap a guy.
I mentioned getting rid of that downhill because it was sketchy, and you said we're not Nerf. But at the same time, if there's a way to make a slight improvement based on something that's easily fixable, that was probably a little silly, all those banners, then you're okay with it. So maybe strategically, the banners don't need to go 400 yards up and down and around a corner.
Supercross used to have, remember back Camel Supercross, they had the ones that was on a string with the little like triangles on them.
Yeah.
That went from the whole perimeter of the track. So when a guy went off and a guy came back on, it was like...
You're talking about...
You're getting clothesline.
Yeah, clothesline.
Yeah.
It was, dude.
How many times were those wrapped in rear wheels?
Exactly.
All the time. They had to go away with it.
And then one day somebody got the light bulb. Hey,
let's just cover up the hay bales.
Or hay bales.
Because that was before the hay bales were actually even covered. Now they're like, okay, let's just cover the hay bales.
Are dangerous.
And they were actually hay bales.
Yes, and they were dangerous.
It's like running into a brick wall. So changing that to a tough block is a very good decision.
Yes.
Right? It serves the same purpose.
I know Steve bitches about the tough blocks all the time. He wants them to be like triangular to where they don't grab foot pegs and stuff. I think everything can be improved if you think about it a little. Whatever. There's room for improvement everywhere. But guys, we did come from hay bales and long string banners with flags hanging off. Like, it's gotten better, guys. We had 2 shocks back in the day too, and half-face helmets. Things are getting better. Joe would like to submit an official submission to have the banners just cleaned up a little bit. Like, they don't need to be that long.
Just figure out the math and have a break every so often.
Yeah, every 15 feet have a break.
And then riders meeting, tell the riders, hey, we got it. Okay? You get up the track, get back on in the soonest one. Not on the landing of a big double.
Like I would say, you give them two slots, because if you did every 15 feet, that'd be 30 feet. So like, if he's coming too hot and he misses the first one, he can go for the second one.
Yeah.
But if he chooses the third, maybe that's a 1 second penalty, because obviously the further you're off the track, you're most likely gaining,
right?
Because you're in a spot where it's not rutty, or maybe it's not as sandy, or it's whatever. So you get 2 freebies. By the third one, you're going to start getting a penalty.
Yeah, I like it. Solving problems on the show. I like
Good job, Joe.
Thanks,
and
buddy.
then to clean up that downhill a little bit. Hurt people.
Never.
No, Joe likes Miriam getting hurt, so
I love it.
I text him with no response.
Now you just accept it.
I'm just like,
the
whatever.
truth comes out.
There it is.
I just text him too with no response. I was wanting to see get an update on how he's doing.
That's not good. He's no response. Didn't like he had much of one on the track either. Actually, they did help him up though. Next one from Ben_races. What track would you like to see added to the Moto schedule, and what track would you take away from it? Add Anaheim.
To the outdoor?
Yeah.
Add Anaheim.
Add Anaheim, yeah. I'm just trying to get a response to that, Joe. He's looking at me with 1/3 frustration, 1/3 confusion.
I was waiting because I thought you were going to say and take away Hangtown. That's what I thought you were going to say.
I haven't got to that part yet. Yeah, take away Hangtown.
I didn't like Paula. I think
I thought Paula was cool. I don't like Southwick, but that, as a rider, I don't like sand. I think I like all of them now. Right? They're all pretty good.
Yeah, I think I just don't like the logistics of the outdoors. and how, like, the way they run their map, like this race to that race, and it's, I don't know. I think a little bit of that could be tidied up.
The Washougal one is the really tough one. That one either needs to be in the first 4 while they're out here, or it needs to be round 12 and then send them home down to SoCal or something. You know what I mean? That one is a bad one.
That should be the finale. That's a sick track.
It is. Dude, could you imagine? That would be a rad one. That'd be pretty sick.
Speed it up, Poppy.
Sorry.
Let's go.
Andy's in. I get excited when Andy's in.
Me too.
Sorry. Marco Pirello. Sup, Bat Bros. Would you be mad if you were paying some guy named Alden Baker tons of money only to have a guy who trains at home with his dad continuously outlast you in motos? I think, again, it's simple math on why Tomac outlasts these guys. It's legal cheating. He trains in 8,000 feet elevation. His blood is not like the rest of them. So when everyone else starts coming down at the end of the moto because it's just natural, because this stuff is psycho, his body's different. Straight up. I don't know why more of these guys aren't doing that. I mean, Florida, I get the humidity training in Florida and the tracks, and I know the weather comes in, so you get a lot of rain, but then it's rideable the next. There's a lot of benefits. But dude, straight up, Tomac is training in an environment that makes his blood different than anyone's naturally. It's freaking genius. So there are some issues, I think, with the Tomac program. I think it's a little too, is the word exclusive? No, it's seclusive. Is that a word? It's a little too, like,
they're quiet to themselves.
They're too to them. I think there's some benefits to being around a lot of people. I don't think he has that. He's kind of on his own. He had J-Mart there for a while. I don't know what. I think he's by himself now. I think there's issues with that. I don't like that program. I would never want to have a program where you're just by yourself. But man, Andy, training in Colorado, like at 8,000 feet, when you get to be able to handle those days, your body's different than everybody else's. It's really smart.
Yeah, I think as far as for the outdoor program, maybe for Supercross it's not the best, but for the outdoor program, I definitely think it gives him an advantage.
Sorry, I took a big sip there. Yeah, 35-minute motos. I'm sorry, but your body and your blood is different in the last 10 than everybody else's. It's biology, right? Or science, Joe?
Yeah.
Both?
Yep.
Both. All right. Marco Pirello also, what wins? Roczen's explosive initial speed and starts versus Tomac's second half charges. I think we're seeing right now they both do. They're kind of like back and forth. I mean, the points are really. It's who's going to break first, really? Which one of these guys is going to clean up the other issue? Is Roczen going to figure out second motos, or is Eli going to figure out first motos and starts? You know what I mean? I mean, right now, flip a coin back and forth. These two they're juggling back and forth. Which one figures it out first, Joe? Or do they not? Do they go like a boxer, 12 rounds to the end, and just we'll see who gets it at the end?
Depending on what this mysterious Roczen sickness thing is, if it's mono or whatever, I think that's the one that gets fixed first.
So you think Kenny gets to 100% before Eli all of a sudden
starts? All these years, there's never been a time where he's learned how to start. No offense or whatever, all due respect. But we've seen Kenny smash it with both of those issues.
Yes, and we've also seen Kenny smash Eli a couple years ago when he was on the Suzuki too. So yeah, I see. In fact, it's kind of scary because I see Kenny figuring that out, and the way he starts and takes off early, Eli's going to have an unlimited amount of freakish rides to be able to deal with that. I think. Like last year, it was a lot easier for him to deal with. Kenny was half of what he is now. Kenny's close to being full strength, and when he is, the Tomac bad start thing is not going to work with him every time. You'll get these crazy rides will get you to second once Kenny cleans it up, I think. Because like Moto 1, Eli wasn't getting to him. No way. Ken was, on rails and gone. 30. I mean, it was you're not gonna catch that. So if Kenny figures his issue out, Eli is in a world of hurt. I think it'll work on everybody else. It ain't gonna work on him when he's 30 seconds gone.
Well, I think on paper, the easiest fix, though, is getting the better starts. You just hire a lessee, Tony Lessee. You bring him to Colorado.
Yeah.
You pay him what he needs. He teaches you how to start, and you start dominating both motos.
You know what's crazy is Mike was up there in Canada this weekend. Whole shot, and like it is an art in itself. Yeah. Getting good starts. It is a mental block too, though, but the mental side comes maybe when the physical side's not there too. If you're sitting there shaky, you don't know, but once you get your system figured out, it's just pure math. Execute. And again, man, if you're that good, how can that part be so bad? Like, fix it. Right?
Yeah.
Fix it. And your life is easier. So to Andy's point, that might be the easier fix, but again, that goes back to having your program when you're by yourself, and you do your own thing, and that part of the program is maybe riding in elevation and practicing starts in elevation too isn't a good idea when your bike is lost 10 horsepower. It's not going to be the same when you get down to sea level. So you can do 1,000 practice starts at 8,000 feet. It won't feel like one when you get to the real track. So what's
you
the
practice
point?
Monday through Wednesday at elevation. Thursday you fly to Florida just to do practice starts. Then you fly to the race. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Fixed it.
Very simple.
There you go, Eli. We'll send you the invoice.
Yep.
We appreciate doing business with you. Andy, we're gonna split that?
Yep.
Consultancy fee.
You owe me $20, so I'll take it out of your pay from the Tomac family. Okay. All right. Jimmy Neutron 987. Do we see another 450 guy sweep both championships? It seems a lot harder than previously. Yeah. When was that? I mean,
I know Dungy did it.
Was the last one. I mean,
he did it as a rookie in both. That was pretty impressive.
That is really impressive.
Yeah. RV did it a bunch. Chad never really did both. Did James do both in the same year?
That I'm not sure of.
Dungy and RV for sure. And then Ricky, obviously. But I don't know. The way the sport is right now,
I don't
sweep both.
I don't see Webb getting the championship this year. And it's, like I said, it's nothing personal. I just don't think he's got it.
I could see Roczen doing it.
Next year?
Once he's better.
He's got a weird mental block on Supercross. He does too. Because he's better on outdoor.
I think he'll be over it. I think he'll be over it this coming season.
You know why? Okay, Joe, you know why you're saying that? Is because you're seeing Cooper Webb be really good indoor but struggle outdoor. You see Eli being a freak outdoor, but indoor he's got his issues. Kenny's kind of got a bunch of little tiny issues that if they were all cleaned up, he could do both. If you looked at all like the riders and kind of their personalities, whatever, he's the one to me that looks like with a little cleanup, both could happen. Where Eli, there's a major problem indoor, and Webb, I guess we need more time to tell, but I know what you're saying. Kenny's just so close on both that you're like, he could zap two of these in one season.
Yeah, I think he should have done it on the Suzuki. He was there, but he just was having problems.
And Eli should have done it twice. This year, he was never really close enough, but the 2 years before that?
Yeah.
Or not last year, because last year, remember, he was way behind because of the injury. But 2 years ago with Dungy, Tomac should have won them both. Nope. I mean, he was the baddest dude. It wasn't even close. But yeah, good question, Jimmy Neutron. It's not as likely.
Jimmy Neutron.
Mickey D's, how good is Michael Mosman, 36, riding right now? Is he the sleeper pick we all slept on? P.S. Any development on getting on Rogan? No, I told everybody like a month ago that I wanted to get on Joe Rogan, so I had everybody blast him. And dude, you guys came through pretty heavy. There was a lot of people just hammering Rogan and all of his posts to have me on the show. Let's pick that back up again, guys. Let's give it another round. I swear, we got to chip away the old oak tree.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We get on there.
We'll get you on there.
I mean, he had Wiz Khalifa on there. Who the hell's that? Right, Joe?
Exactly.
Did you listen to that?
No, not yet.
Do you like Wiz?
No.
Oh. Andy, do you know who Wiz Khalifa is?
Nope.
I like Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
He's not really like him.
Yeah, but I'll blow everybody's mind right now. I don't really like Snoop Dogg. So if you don't like Snoop, you're not going to like Wiz.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like Snoop Dogg?
Nope.
Wow. All right. Next one from Jace334. Are the Star Yama Dog boys going to cry about AC every weekend? And if so, can we get set up a GoFundMe for a few cases of pacifiers and giant dildos they can suck on?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll get right on that.
Next question.
Gutsracing.com/pacifiers. Yeah. And right, Andy, you set that up when you get home?
Wow.
No? Do they use gut seat covers?
Nope, they don't.
All right, then let's do it.
Boom.
Let's hammer
there
it.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, this is a PC bat cave for you, right?
One round. I mean, these people just take it too deep.
No, that's legit.
It's Jace is pissed, man.
Hey, I'll tell you. I mean, what happened in Supercross? So were we supposed to give AC a pacifier or what?
He owned it, dude.
Well,
he owned it. He didn't make excuse and blame the track. He could have. I would have.
And he didn't cry on camera.
He sucked it up hard. Next one, Boxinator44. When will you go check out at Andy Gregg 53 race a sprint car? I wanted to, but apparently he sucks this year, so I don't want to go see that trash out on the track. I mean, maybe when he gets his act together. Call me, Andy, when your home life's all screwed up. I'll come watch you race.
Yeah. When I'm living in the motorhome out back.
Yeah. When you're focused really on your racing because you're not allowed back in the house, let me know, and I'll come watch you race. Next one, JSN 411 is in horse racing. I read this one.
Oh, boy.
In horse racing, when a horse goes lame, they shoot it.
Uh-oh.
With that said, how long until Rockstar Husqvarna put Covington out of his misery?
Oh, my God. No. Oh.
That's a really, really good question. A little harsh. What do you think, Andy?
Oh, man.
When do you got to make a call? When do you have to make a call?
Andy, when do you have to put a bullet in Covington?
Patience here. Patience.
It's horrible. For anyone that's offended right now, that would be JSN411 on Instagram. Not us. He asked it. All right? I read it. Don't kill the messenger. JSN411. Go at him if you have a problem with that. Sorry. Strictly Moto 6. All I know is don't get producer Joe started about white rappers. Last time that was brought up, I was scared for all the Bat Bros in the Bat Cave. It's funny how Joe acts like he doesn't like white rappers. When I got in here earlier today, he was watching Vanilla Ice on YouTube. Just watching videos.
Oh, that is a complete lie.
No, it's not.
Complete lie.
Do you know he motoed quite a bit in Florida?
Yeah, he raced Loretta's, didn't he?
Yeah, Rob Van Winkle.
Yeah.
See,
That's
Joe
right.
knows.
I remember that. He was doing some
Joe
other
knows.
stuff for a minute.
Joe knows.
Absolutely.
He was watching the YouTube
Uncle
videos.
Rob. I followed Uncle Rob all his career.
They call him Uncle Rob?
He's my uncle. That's what I call him.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, don't let Joe lie to y'all. He likes Ice Baby.
Shit, love it.
All right, Stillman441. I love AC, but damn, I could chug bong water faster than that empty can of Monster he was waving around. I've had it with the old.
The old cans. Yeah.
God, I want one of these riders to just crush it on camera, because you know what they do too. Watch these guys. I want you guys to watch. Will starts to question. All right, now I'm with so and so, and while she's like giving them their intro, they give it a swig, and it's water every time. Like, watch them. They don't just stand there and hold the cans. They actually, it's like they're trained. All right, I'm with Adam Cincerillo, and Adam will give it a swig.
Bro, he just raced a 30-minute outdoor moto. He's thirsty.
That's why I love NASCAR.
No, it's trained,
It's
dude.
Coca-Cola, and you know it's Coca-Cola because the bottle's clear.
See, there you go.
So they're right there. Here's to the healthy 4 hours of racing.
Exactly.
Coca-Cola.
I just lost 20 pounds in water weight of drinking this pure sugar.
As soon as they get off the podium, they take him back to the RV and stick an RV or an IV in the guy because they got to get the Coke
did
out
you
of
know,
him.
they might stick
Coca-Cola
RV
does and a lot of sponsors in NASCAR, but Coca-Cola does a championship. So every time a driver does it on TV, they get a point, and at the end of the year, Coca-Cola pays them a bonus to have the most swigs.
Really?
So maybe Monster does the same thing. I don't know.
Ah, interesting.
The next listener question is interesting.
Oh boy,
I can't wait to see your guys' faces. I got to somehow look at both of you at the same time because I want to hear I want to see your response to this one.
Use your lazy eye.
This is K Wolf Hound. Whatever happened to the commentators focusing on the skill, practice, and work these guys put in during the week? Instead, all they talk about is Ken Roczen's injuries. The comeback kid. I love Kenny, but for his sake and everyone else's sake, we get it. We know what happened. It's incredible how he's doing, but for the love of God, can we all move on and talk about the head case Tomac is?
That is not where I thought that was going.
Exactly. That's why, dude, talk about nailing it word for word, and then the last sentence just shade.
I was like, yep. Oh.
That was like the meme I had where it's like a picture of outer space, and it has Tomac's face right there, and it says, "Will they hear you choke in outer space?"
Oh, wowzers.
That was right before Supercross. Somebody had that meme going around. It was hilarious.
No, but that goes back to your guys' sentiment. Sick of seeing about the Roczen injuries. That was from a listener.
The other thing, I saw another listener or somebody else tweeted about there's a minute left of the race. They have to go to the helmet cam of like the track map or whatever. It's like the race is almost done. We know it. We know where it's going. Like we don't need to see.
Yeah, that's interesting timing.
We don't need to see Christian Craig taking one lap in practice, or Cole Seeley doing a lap in practice.
Right.
We know the race.
That wasn't on my listener questions. Where was that? Who's?
I think I was on Twitter.
Oh. I went to Twitter actually.
I'm a Twitter guy, and I just kind of
first time in like a year almost, maybe.
How many more we got, Poppy?
7.
Jeez, you better bust them out quick.
All right, well, we're going fast.
We're out
okay?
of time.
Wide open, Andy. Steve Ponton, is the current Suzuki based off their original 2004 Poor A-Mart?
I seen that question.
Joe? That's for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know what the original one is, but yeah.
No clue.
Joe's all, they made those in 04?
Yeah.
Joe says yes. It's based off the 04 model.
Yes,
Next one, J Mud, J843. How is producer Joe sleeping? Is the claw giving him nightmares? Yes, it is. Joe, don't let him fake you out with his subtle confidence. Joe is shitting his pants. He knows you guys are in for a brutal finals.
This is going to be interesting too because game 2 is on right now, but I haven't watched any of it.
You are a dedicated mofo.
Pretty
the
chill
game
right
is
now.
going. Joe is in here missing the. In fact, that's why he's chirping right now. He wants to go watch the game.
That's right,
Am I right?
buddy. You're right.
Am I right? All right.
You read my mind.
Joe wants to go, so we have more nightmares tonight when the claw gives him the goods in game 2. I'm such a Raptors fan right now.
Oh my God.
Sorry. Next one from J Lester 05. Do you think we will ever see Barsha on a KTM? I think he would look a lot better. Nope. That ship sailed.
It'd be fun to see though.
I mean, remember that was the original. Maybe it was between Barsha and Tickle, and they picked Tickle instead.
Yeah.
And think about that. That one choice right there led everybody in their own direction. God, dominoes, man. It's crazy how dominoes fall all based off of one decision. That could have went one way or the other.
I'm kind of bummed that all the riders re-signed. I was kind of hoping for a little mix-up this year. You know what I mean? Like maybe Roczen going somewhere. You know what I mean?
They're all kind of dropping. The lead dogs are all dropping where they're dropping. The dude, Andy, the 250 class is going to get weird over the next couple weeks. I'm telling you that right now.
I was just really hoping though that for next year that it would be like, I don't know, just some mix.
Yeah, shake it up. I mean? Yeah,
Just
the one I don't want to see is Roczen leave Honda for some reason. I want to see what he can do on that.
Well,
given him enough
him
time.
and Honda, they like owe it to each other to
stick
figure
it
this
out.
thing out. Yeah,
but I would like to see it shaken up too.
Yeah, like in other pro sports, like they just win a final or they win the finals in whatever sport it is, and then all of a sudden they're like, well, their contracts are all up, and then those guys get dispersed to other teams.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, just kind of, it's kind of neat.
Imagine if teams could trade riders.
Yeah, what if that was the case, right?
And JGR just calls up Justin Hill one morning and goes, hey, bro, bad news, you're going to beta. They're going to take your salary.
Going to master beta.
We're going to trade you for a first-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Beta's taking you.
Baseball savage. The guy will be out there playing, and right when he comes in the dugout, they just hand him his bag and say, hey, guess what? You're headed to Baltimore.
Yeah,
and
dude.
it's like, huh?
Especially if you're like on the Padres, you're living in San Diego. Hey, man, you're going to Detroit.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
Sucks.
What was that one dude? I forgot, but they traded him while they were playing the other team, and he just walked down the hall.
Yeah, to the other locker.
I forget his name. I'm drawing a blank.
Didn't that happen with Barnes and the Kings this year? Kind of like during warm-ups. They're like, hey, bro, you need to go back to the locker
it
room.
wasn't Barnes, but yeah. It happened in basketball, too. I can't remember who it was.
I know Barnes' was weird, too. He was like, wait, what? Like, he was warming up for a game, and
dude, I'm drawing.
I know who you're talking about.
Somebody out there right now is like screaming the name right now. I can't think.
Probably
of it.
not.
Yeah,
our listeners probably have no idea.
You come back from the riders' meeting in the morning, and you get there, and your gear bag's sitting on the outside of the tent.
Yeah,
and it just has a tag on it that says KTM that way.
Yeah,
and the manager of Beta is standing there. He's like, "Come with us."
Yeah, and as Moosecan's walking away with his bag, some other dude's walking towards the rig.
Yeah,
with
they're
his
like,
bag.
they nod.
Yep. All right.
Wow, that would be cool. Clark Borden, have you guys ever forgot to get a show title during the show?
Nah,
bro, come on. How could you doubt Joe like that? You think Joe would forget? Come on now. Next one, Triple J 533. Who is more pissed right now? Roger DeCoster at Webb going 1st to 8th, or Steve Kerr because our boys suck in transition defense?
I've seen this question.
Joe?
Definitely Roger. Kerr ain't tripping.
Joe,
one game is nothing.
Love it. I love
when
how
you
calm and
when
cool
you
are.
watch
You're
a
gonna
whole
be-
season. One game is not that big a deal.
When it's
I'm not
the
going to start
finals-
tripping until whatever happens tonight.
Okay, if do the Motoheads a favor and come out with some honesty right now.
Okay.
Let it loose. If they go 0-2 and they're down,
Yeah.
Well, there'll be more games by then, though. But if the next show happens and they are down in the count, 2-1, 3-2, whatever it is,
right.
Will you admit that you are feeling it inside? Because right now you're acting like a brick wall.
I will, because I'm not feeling it right now, honestly, 100%. I'm not feeling it, bro.
1-1-MX, worst duo. The transponders and the live timing scoring graphic.
Oh, that's bugging me.
Or Justin Cooper's brain and mouth.
Jeez.
That's if we were giving away prizes for good questions, that would be up there.
Honest answer is going to be the timing. That's killing me more than
it's driving me nuts
than his appeal. I don't.
This weekend had Anderson leading one time.
Yeah,
it's like what?
They got to get that right.
And I got all excited. I saw that. I was like,
hombre.
Oh, what? And
yeah,
oh, no.
Fell.
And then he goes back to real and it's like 17 seconds or something. Like, oh, shit.
Oh, man. All right. Last one. MJD522. What's up with Denny Stevenson getting butthurt about stealing his joke? I don't know if there's more from that because, again, I'm not too on the social media. So remember last week we talked about the Levi Alito thing with Cooksey? And unless there's more to it than that, I don't know what you're talking about because I don't think there's anything, unless Denny said something. But if I don't think he would. I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out. Maybe I'll text Denny. I'll be like, "Are you mad at me over something?"
I'm in the dark. I have no idea.
Should I text him?
Sure.
Right. And Joe, I'm going to sneak in one last question. This one's from Sean Whittlecombe, 15. So your mom and your wife switch bodies, Freaky Friday style.
Stop
you have to bang one to make them switch back.
Oh man. That ain't right. That's just wrong.
Show title, Joe? Freaky Friday?
I think we've already used that.
He deserves it. Have we?
We could say Freaky Friday 2.
Yeah, 2.0.
Part 2.
Or just say, like, mouth vomit.
I thought we were going with Track Cutter.
Track Cutter?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, AC. This one's all about you, you cheater. Track Cutter. Just kidding. Nature's Bakery, Fly Racing, Skivvy Underwear, Mika Metals, Scott USA, No Toil, Honda Cowie, KTM of Modesto, GutsRacing.com, Main Event Moto for 100% off this week alone, EMT Racing, Key Bar, and Rep Racing. Good show, guys. 121.
Yeah.
Let's come to a close. Andy, thanks for coming.
Yep.
Go home, pick a fight with your old lady. Give me a call. I'll come watch you race.
Get that racing career up.
Yeah, get your career back in line, dude.
Yep.
Priorities, man.
It is.
Priorities. Family means nothing. It's all about racing first.
My little guy was pissed I wouldn't bring him down today. I'm like,
to here?
Yeah, I'm like, you're 4. You'll be bored. He's like, oh, I want to go. I want to go. I'm like, dude, you're not going.
Yeah.
He was pissed when I left.
Yeah.
I don't think the Bat Cave is suitable for
It sounds
children
more
of that
fun.
age.
It sounds more fun than it is.
Yeah, he would be pissed right now. But Andy, thanks for coming. Look forward to seeing you at an outdoor sometime soon, right?
Yeah, I gotta go
No,
get some questions answered.
Yeah, right. Andy said in the break he ain't going to no outdoors.
No.
It's too hot. We're NorCal guys. Obviously, we fade and we don't like outdoors, right?
Yep.
Knuckles.
All the way.
All right, Joe. Good luck tonight. If the Raptors win, I will be texting you off the hook.
Ooh.
Just memes, bro. I'm coming at you with memes.
Thanks, buddy.
Hard tonight. Go Raptors.
You act like as if I like sit there and just wave the Warrior banner all day and talking about it nonstop.
Well, why is your face painted gold?
That has nothing to do with it, Andy.
Yeah, why is half of your face blue and the other half's yellow?
I don't understand why all the hate when all I just have head to toe blue and gold, half and half.
Why are you wearing nothing right now except for a Golden State Warriors thong and an A's hat?
Well, because I was going to show you guys my blue and gold penis that I dipped in a bucket of paint.
That's some real commitment. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.
Main event, Moto. Screw it. You know it by now.